What?
Ay, mijo, te voy a meter un tiro. Cuidado. Ay, mijo, te voy a meter un tiro. Cuidado. Frog style, translated sapo. Frog style, translated sapo.
Drunk fish,
¿Qué?
puño borracho.
1, 2, 3, 4. Not an MC in the world who can ever do me algo.
I hit chicken heads on the down low. Papajo, carajo,
Welcome to the
puñeta.
stream.
Summertime tank top t-shirt, chocolate.
You're gonna hear a lot of Skillionaire today.
Skillionaire. Before I let go, I scream no más in search of your love.
They cantifla, perdón, mi hang, santita. Hung me on crosses, sacrifice within all the king horses, all the king men. Searching merchants, drinking gin, getting toto. Vatos locos, nasty like Coco.
Thurston Howard Lobo. Saliva drips is scary to lose. MCs dressed like Celia Cruz.
Like Shaka playing bongos in maracas. Puerto Rican vaza, bobaza, palano like a
Polo corbata, 40 ounce of maltas, 50 cent.
This Skillionaire album is like the pinnacle of hip hop creation, especially of the golden era. It's so weird and out there. And he does some like mixtape stuff, rocking over famous beats. And there's kind of like a weird British theme that goes through the whole album. I want to ask him about Unique London.
Okay.
And this has a Master Fool is like all over his album from Lyricist Lounge, from the Lyricist Lounge show.
That's crazy.
Because like him and Wordsworth were both on the show together. I love this.
Frog style, translated sapo.
Drunk fish,
All right, so the next track I want to play from this. Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna get into. These two tracks, these are what got him unsigned hype on the Source without an album.
Yeah.
Rip it, Frog style.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I rip
This is stuck in my head.
It's nothing but the frog in me. Nothing but the frog in me.
So you're basically listening to what Hot 97 heard.
They got it. They're like, all right, he's in.
Yeah, before his album dropped. This is just a demo.
Lyrics like insect repellent, harmful when swallowed, not all good. It's like
Even back then, though, hip hop was all over raw like this.
Yeah.
He was always different. Like,
Well,
he's another
he kept
guy
it-
that Thurston Howell. You can't.
He's one of the few unsigned hype artists, like, because that pretty much made your career back then.
Yeah.
Like, if you were in the Source for unsigned hype back then, that pretty much solidified you for like the next decade.
Yeah, yeah. That's like being on the cover of like XXL Freshman nowadays or something.
He's one
I
of
don't even know how
the
good
few
that is.
that didn't sign a contract. He stayed independent completely.
Yeah.
Everything he's done is independent, 100%. He's 100% self-made man, which is
Even
incredible.
the thing that if you have questions about it too, like the festival, like that's one thing I do know about, like this festival that he does, you know, the
Oh
gathering.
yeah, the
loyalty.
barbecues, the low life barbecues and stuff. He wants to talk more about his
him.
music.
Yeah. That's what it
because-
seems like. So that's what you're saying, right? He wants to keep it focused because it seems like people probably just when they speak with him, because if he's on these films and on the Ralph film and documentary, it's like at the same time he's an artist. So while he has these accolades, it's crazy. He's probably like, yo, what about all my albums though? Like talk about my albums.
No, totally. I think
You
he's
know?
kind of like sick of just talking about how the low lifes and Polo affected hip hop, and like that's been done a lot, and like we can't beat the HBO documentary that recently just came out, or the Vice documentary of like horsepower and stuff like that. Like we're not gonna do a better version of that. So I kind of would like to talk more about his music and all of his other things. Like he's one of those guys who does everything. Like he literally created a cult following of like a smaller fan base, but a devoted one that was like willing to support him.
Well, it's like he says in his bio. It's basically like any other like cult. I don't know what he used, but he used it's like there's so many different groups and cult followings, and that was the thing I was gonna read. Yeah, the Love and Loyalty, that Love and Loyalty weekend. He's built a movement. Basically, he's built a movement and an international movement. I know people in Toronto that just wear polo. I know,
of course.
Lalo is like he's like not just polo, but he's like as much as he can polo guy. I know Guillotine is always on his polo. It's like
they affected the world of hip hop. Like everyone wears polo and doesn't even like know why. And actually, to get it started, I'd like to play like a small little documentary just to educate people, because I don't really want to rehash all this stuff with him.
So at least people can get a background while you talk about his music.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys kind of know what it's about, because like I don't want to. Yeah, like I said, I want to talk more about his music and stuff and different things like that. So
I say just hit it. I just hit it with a blah.
Yeah, this is like kind of sums it up. It's like 7 minutes long, but whatever. It's interesting.
Yeah, pay attention, guys.
Evolution of the street gangs of New York.
We the pioneers of this polo shit. Ain't nobody do this shit before us. Not the way we did it.
We the reason it's all over the world.
It's true. From here to like, Jay Spine. Shout out Jay Spine. He's a polo man.
I don't wear very much polo.
I was somebody always inspired by fashion. I always wanted to be fly. I was born when hip hop was born, so I was able to see everything as it developed and as it evolved. So,
and that's really interesting
with the styles of the fashion
because he's older, and he literally
wearing name buckles and all that at 9 years old.
Hip-hop,
getting my first pair of Pro Ked sneakers, and how I felt just having them on, and how everybody else looked at me for having this on. These were items of respect and gave you social status in your neighborhood. New York in the late 80s, it was crazy, chaotic.
That's an understatement.
Wild, especially for
the subways.
The areas Brooklyn where lowlifes came from. Killings, shootings, robberies, the crime rate was out of control, and robbery was always a way to survive.
And this is the classic Puerto Rican joint.
To boost Ralph Lauren. It was his turn to get stolen. You know what I mean? Because everything got stolen. Everything was based on just us being poor and our parents not really providing us with the things we wanted. They might have gave us the things we needed, but the things we wanted couldn't be afforded.
I can spend more for sure.
It's not Ralph Lauren's fault.
I just don't.
We didn't really target him from that sense. He was
I want to get
evolution of all the things we were already doing.
On YouTube's nerves of playing other people's shit.
We can play YouTube videos next time.
Yeah, no, totally. As long as we're like doing it like this with a reaction
that they kept bringing. I should see my man Beck Live come around, throwing up the big flags and things like that. Like these are the things that used to inspire us. We was inspiring each other.
And what's really cool is he's actually we're gonna get into that a little bit. Like he's actually
from Fifth Avenue,
a spokesperson for that new line. An official one by Ralph Lauren for the
not only
reboot.
Was you fly, you had to be somebody to wear.
Because he's in like all of the any Ralph related documentary. He's in it, isn't he? He's in like everything. They have to put him in.
He's actually in Ralph's
Formation of Low Lives, which was in '88.
Yeah, he's been written about.
More than
once.
And there's like a full spread of him and his son.
That we walked down the block together.
A fashion icon almost like.
And the motherfucking Marcus Garvey
Polo United Shoplifters Association.
That's his
came
shirt.
together,
He made that shirt.
reunified the
That one right there.
motherfucking title
Yeah.
of taking
That's
it.
the king's shirt. He explains that it's made out of like 2 giant scarves.
It's true. The golden era
It
wasn't
was
built
coming
that
through. The
flag.
way
It's
people
back.
used to
but
react when they saw us was one of the main things that had us together.
different.
We loved the reaction from the people on the train, the girls. The girls go crazy. They
this
see
is a
all
nice-
these dudes fly at one time. Everybody.
You know, that's a nice point. Is like people seem to focus on the negatives and the robbing of Polo and the stealing and all the shit, but like they just wanted to
Instead
look
of being
good
looked
and
at as
impress the
hoodlums
girls
and thieves,
and
we
have
were
fun.
more
They
than
were
that.
young.
We were like,
Yeah, they were
Fight
young,
Club
trying to get it how they
meets
get it.
The runway.
That's what they were
Um,
doing, and they created some shit.
Nobody's smiling.
Just
So
like
they
people on the
wanted
other
to
side of
dress
town.
nice.
It was fun.
Just like people on the other side
It
of
was
town
fly,
driving nice cars.
But
It was
then
like
it got
different.
crazy and
Yeah,
deadly
exactly.
all at the same time. You know, it was like a package deal. Just like anything that comes with fame, you get the people who love you, and then you get the people who hate you for the same reasons that those people love you. On the train, you'll get robbed. Polo Goose, you could get murdered. There's times I would come out my house, somebody would come get me and be like, yo, there's niggas out here coming to try to rob her. And I'll go outside and I'll see 20 motherfuckers waiting. Times they run up and jump out of cars with
Yeah,
guns
Ralph Lauren
and
definitely
everything just to come stick niggas up for the polo.
It got to the point where like, yeah, you couldn't really wear polo on the trains at night in New
When I
York.
started making my music, for all the people that
like
died,
even if you
when
were
all of
like
this began
down
and
with
all that,
certain
I made
members,
sure they were
Because
never
that
forgotten.
means more than it
I
being
mentioned them all
valuable
the time.
because
in
that's how
everything
Ralph
I did.
marketed it.
So
It's
a lot
like
of those
it became
people who
more
died
valuable because
are
there's other
just
valuable
as
clothing.
famous as all
that
of us
Yeah.
today.
They made it valuable.
man.
You know what I'm trying to
What's
say?
it
The
like
low
being a
lives made
gangster
it
in the
more
car?
valuable.
Everybody know who Fats Capone is. Everybody
Ralph Lauren's
knows
worth
who
more because of
Pumpkin
the
is.
low life.
They know who Boost and Billy is, even after they were gone for so long. They were always included in everything we said and did and mentioned. So to me, they live forever.
This is Marco Polo. Mark, would you like to make a comment? What kind of symbol
you
is
can
that?
make customized
And what kind of jacket you got
polo
on?
gear on their
What kind of
site.
pants?
wow.
All right.
You also forgot the case of
Hold on, let me zoom in on that. There we go.
Yeah, so like people died over this shit. It's really serious.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
another
it's
reason
definitely
why I
serious.
don't really want to get too much into it.
Once I became an
Um,
artist and an entertainer,
It's hard
and
for
started
things
making
not to
noise
become like
musically,
without saying.
then the
I don't know
story
much, so I
really
can't speak
spread.
on it. But I'll
You
say
know,
like
chapters started
when you do
growing
anything
in all
that
these
ends
different
up
countries.
having
The
little
low life
tribes
story
and
spread
little
globally.
groups, it ends up gang life.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's how we
and
are.
this is kind of interesting. He's talking about the worldwide.
I
He's like,
influenced my whole family. My mother wore polo.
Worldwide,
My
man.
sisters, my
Yeah.
children, everybody. And
Go to
almost
Colombia, you go
everyone
to
in low life
India.
had the same effect on their entire families. It feels accomplished to us. Like we feel we did
I think I
something.
was on a track with some
Instead
like
of being
Halifax
looked at
low
as
lives.
hoodlums
Like,
and thieves.
oh yeah, man,
you know, in
you've
the past.
definitely like
Through
Sadat
that,
X,
we
man.
see
He was a
something we
low life.
created
for a
live
time.
longer than we actually gonna live, or live beyond our time and pass down for generations. And it's become traditional, you know? It's become religious in some sense.
All right, so that's basically. I'm gonna
Never
stop
in a
this
million.
video for now, just because I don't want to like get too crazy into it. But that's pretty much the end of it, anyways. But that gives you a nice little idea. That's a nice little short doc. There's a lot of really longer ones that you can watch on your own. If anybody else is really interested in the whole low lifes and everything. There's one that recently came out on HBO and it has Thurston in it. And yeah, it was a pretty big one. I can't remember the name
That's
of
the
it.
one called Ralph, I think, isn't it?
I think maybe. And then there's Horsepower, which is like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Vice thing, maybe, or Vox, one of those two.
Yes.
But yeah, that one's really dope too. They really get into shit like that. Yeah, there's tons of stuff about him that's really cool. One thing that's really crazy to me is the whole battling thing.
Yeah.
Because like he was basically on that big rap Olympics. I don't know if it was the first one. Maybe it wasn't the first one, but the one with like Eminem, Juice, Quest, and him were all on the same team. And they went out to LA for the rap Olympics. And that's like the famous videos of like I think Eminem battling at the rap Olympics. And like basically Thurston Howell was on his team and Juice. So they all stayed like in a hotel together apparently. And then nobody showed up. Only one other team showed up. So they ended up having to like battle themselves. So I think Thurston ended up battling like everyone, which is kind of crazy because, and like, he's one of the best freestylers ever. Like he comes from the era of battling where you're actually freestyling, you know, like real freestyles. And I actually have one that's really fucking crazy.
All right. You gonna play right now?
Yeah, but where did I lose it to?
I don't even want to reveal it yet, but you're telling me some crazy stories about him always battling everyone where he used to work or something.
Yeah, well, he used to like work at MTV as a security guard.
Yeah.
And so like whenever there like were famous people coming to like you know, do interviews and shit at MTV, he would like corner them in like the elevator and like
I get that 100%. I get that.
Let me find this fucking freestyle. I closed the tab by mistake, and I'm just gonna look it up on YouTube quickly.
I'm like blazing outside in this. You can't even blaze.
Yeah, explain why you're outside.
Oh, we're subletting our place. About to get out of here.
Where are you going?
So I can't really blaze inside.
Here it is.
Southeast Asia, man. Starting in Thailand and then maybe end up some other places. Gonna link with Iraq. Hopefully Stiltz comes out. And then man. I'm just trying to get out of here, to be honest. Just trying to get out of here. Definitely will set up some shows because I love performing. I miss it. And Miraxis will make music. I know we're gonna make music videos. I just want to build. Also just want to have fun and vlog. So like, we're gonna be posting vlogs like daily. That's actually a commitment. You know,
I can't wait. I want to move the whole podcast to Thailand, and we'll just film crazy shit like snakes and temples and monkeys.
Well, change the whole format and just play hip hop in the background.
I'm so down. All right, so this is Thurston Howell on the Wake Up Show in 1996. So this is a year before he was even unsigned hype. So like nobody knew who this guy was at this point.
Skillionaire. Check it. Thurston Howell the third, the skillionaire representing Brownsville.
Volume 4.
My mind is stronger than the pictures in your muscle books, with more manners than one of those Huxtables. Pain before pleasure, death before dishonor. I turn rap wannabe piranhas into a fish called Wanda. And Little Mermaids, I lay down the law without being represented by an attorney. My licensed tongue will be remembered like the first time Mike Tyson swung. First round KOs, taking all proceeds. Punchlines cause nosebleeds. Score more than all the players, and I ain't even in the league. With a batting average of wordplay showing you I ain't having it. Complications of Chinese Morse code. Born backwards, I'm a Rican Porto. Never so polvo for my poor home. Serving protect for the fam. I'm ammunition for a shotgun when I'm not in my shell. Or you see on my bowl barrel.
This from earlier. Rich Nabisco, it is true,
crossbreeding and marriages. I was one of the mutts on the statue biting St. Lazarus. First Indian killed by the pilgrims. I'm out so nasty. My reps use the most steel drums. Microphone grips designed by Wilson. Desperate scuffler, son of a, and hip hop's my surrogate mother. Saluted like General Custard for leaving battles untouched without a scratch in a sword fight to the death. All I lost was my mustache. Wrote rhymes on sterile gauze pads for minor bruises. The brain of hack computers. The eyes of possessed Catholic students. In the city of love, I'm a passionate tourist. Being all I can be without an army recruitment. Thurston Howell the third. Crossroads and burn bridges. So I doubt if there'll be an MC left flip living in the rap jungle. I'm an unexplained and habitat in the battle. I'm polite like, would you like me to help you pack your bags? Like Tyson, coming in the ring without my mouthpiece. Grouchy, overweight alky. The right hook's lousy, but got a left jab. My runaway flow will give you jet lag. I'm nasty when it comes to section the eardrum. I freak the track like two Korean lesbians with pierced tongues. Dope, without ever walking near drugs. A mouth so nasty you wouldn't want to share a cup. A Lone Star Sheriff, 5 mics, 4 stars and stripes along with merits. Ralph Lauren, polo appearance, life of crime learned from both paroled parents.
Learned from both paroled parents.
Yeah.
What a maniac.
He definitely
That's
has
one of
his own style too. And it's like, it sounds like it's never going to end.
Yeah, no, totally. He's so sick, and like it's just from freestyling constantly. All I lost was my mustache.
Yo, seriously, he had mad bars in there,
a saber fight. He paints some really crazy pictures with his freestyles, and like it's also pretty obviously freestyle because you couldn't really write. You couldn't write that, man. Like, how do you write that?
He's going thought to thought. Exactly. He's going thought to thought, and it's free. And you can tell he's having fun, and you can feel that he's the people around him too. He's feeding off the vibe. When people are liking a certain thing, he's going on that. You know what I mean? Like, almost. Like, yo, I don't know. He had bars, man. Like, almost everything was bars, but it was freestyle. It was sloppy.
Yeah, exactly.
But on point.
Exactly.
It was supposed to be sloppy because it's an actual freestyle.
He'll be the first to tell you that. Actually, he's like, I've seen interviews where these fingers here can pickpocket a grass skirt. That whole freestyle in the bathroom cipher on Lyricist Lounge is really sick too. It's just, it's totally, oh man, I hit hard at the women's boxing, all that. He loves boxing. That's another thing I really like about him. Is he has a lot of boxing lines all the time.
That gets you bad at.
So he's obviously a fan. I wonder if he watched the Crawford Spence fight the other night. I was watching that. It was dope.
It's got to rebuild your game, build some other stuff, and like put him in it.
Yeah. Totally. I'm supposed to be working on that, but
you should. Just put me in the crowd. Make me someone in the crowd that heckles.
Oh, I
want to heckle and like throw things. Like some things happen and I throw things.
Man, I could make you the ref.
But I take bribes. I could take bribes.
That'd be hilarious. But yeah. Oh man, Crawford was amazing in that fight. I know you didn't. I know you didn't see it, but actually, Eminem came out in Crawford's corner and did Mom Spaghetti for the walkout. For the walkout, yeah, he did the Mom Spaghetti.
Yo!
Oh my God, somebody's in my house. Oh my God, somebody's in my house.
Yeah.
Came true, you know what I mean?
We're live on the podcast right now.
I know. I figured I'd like come through, intervene, disrupt a few things.
Perfect. We have Thurston Howell. Thurston Howell is supposed to be on. I hope he comes through because I talked to him yesterday and he hasn't responded to me today yet. So we'll see. It might be another no-show.
I got your signature. I got everything, man.
You got everything?
From KDB.
Nice.
You might as well tell him.
He can't really hear you because it's just in my headphones right now.
Straight. Everything's straight.
Nice. You want to say hi to the fans out there?
Oh man, salute. Thank you guys, you know what I mean, for watching this Babylon War Child podcast. I see that Miz and Rafi been holding it down on a consistent basis. You know, the work and dedication and passion that these guys are holding down surpasses any podcast out there. 100%. You know what I mean? I watch this shit while I be taking a shower. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out KDB.
Shout
out KDB.
KDB though. But now that you're here, basically on August 4th, every person that has a Cardano wallet and has a music NFT in it is gonna get a copy of is going to be able to get a copy of your single that you sent me.
That's huge.
And
that's
huge. And like thousands or hundreds of thousands of wallets are going to have that song. And then there's going to be a gold version with the signature that some people will buy, right? But that's like a promo thing. But I'm just wanting to put it up there while you're here, yo. Boom. That's happening. I'm hype about it.
the signature, is it something I have to do with the gold finger? I gotta get a gold finger to sign it, or is it just a signature that I get? You guys are making the gold.
Bro, you're moving Midas, bro. You already gave me the signature. That's
Jeez.
already gold now.
Alchemy at its best. Yo, I was listening to fucking Within the Soulless the other day, and I was like, God damn, I make up words all the time, man.
Yeah, you do. It's good. It's like Keith Murray style words that everyone like understands.
It makes sense
They're not,
Oh
automatically.
they're
man,
artistic
crazy,
words.
crazy. Alchemistry, bro. You know how we do it.
That's another one right there.
Alchemy. You know what I mean? This is alchemistry.
There's so many meanings to that, y'all. The alchemist tree. Holy.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, for real, you guys keep that shit up, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good,
We're grinding. So you just driving home now?
Pretty much. We want to talk to you about, you know what I mean? If possible, I could obtain some clones.
Yeah, I got a bunch actually in the back. Here, let me. Can we watch?
Watch him.
Have you seen PSL's new video?
No, I haven't. Play it.
It's insane.
For real? Play it.
Yeah, dude, it's totally insane.
PSL's dope, man. PSL's a really dope artist, man. Shout out forever. Yeah.
I was like, man, this thing is insane. Look at it.
You can choose to be a victim or anything else you'd like to be. Whereas
Like some Street Fighter AI, like it's nuts, dude. This whole thing is crazy, and English rapping, and he like kills it in English. For people that don't know, he's Dutch. Look at this. And Trey Beats on the beat. Yo, it's so trippy. Give me a second, I'll be right back.
The system is a death trap to make my frenemies. Kill them with the shovel and smack you with sack of bees. They switch my colors and venomous policia. That's why I distance myself from devilish politica.
This guy's rapping in English, a little bit of Dutch, but also Spanish.
It's getting harder to recognize pigs through dark and light. I went too far in the upside down and found the larger size. So here the sun is forever frozen, no harvest time. That's why I train to be deadly.
Yo, peace, Mike.
That's why I'm mixing these bars up with arsenal. I learned to create songs so out of pocket.
What up, Sirius? I
got the sharpest rise.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now that time passed, man, it'll be dope, man. If Matt can reconnect and build a PSL, man. Good brother, really dope, talented artist. Forever, you know, forever growing this guy. Like, this guy's art's always growing, man. So, yeah, most Dutch do speak English, it seems like, when we're out there, brother. But, like, and yeah, a lot of Dutch MCs spit in English, too.
This is for plain understanders, just know that thy spirit is free. You always worth there's some reason to be. Best to be alive, that's a reason to me. I'm always here if you choose to pause it. Beautiful places are found in the mirror. Pavarotti bars, I think that Figaro. Head butcher catalog like Mamba Migalo. Big macho, Godfather call me Big Hancho. Adventurous bastard call me Picaro. Huh? I let the brain talk to him, let it rain with the pain. I'm a strange cartoon, I'm insane with the game. I let the brain talk to him. Let it pray in your lane, I let the train
I'm
talk
telling
to
you,
him.
man, you know what's happening right now? Everyone's here doing their thing. We just have to do it together, man. Yeah, the AI art. Yeah.
same Bronx structure, fling the brand, I blame her. Between insanity and sanity, there lies a thin line.
Well, these guys did a great job on this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the AI art's different, man, but I feel like they actually did something with it, you know? They didn't just use the app. I think they, like, manipulated the AI a bit. But I feel you, man. A lot of people don't like the AI art. I like when people manipulate it. Yeah, definitely. There's some mood in
it. All right. Applause to my man PSL for holding it down. Rotterdam East Gates. That really video very trippy. Gotta love the AI simulations to it. Yo,
that's what I'm saying. Mike was saying he's not a fan of the AI art, but they did transport some kind of mood.
You know,
Barack saying that they used it nice.
They used it nice. They did use it nice.
I think they used it as a tool, you know, like so.
Only one of them has roots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Wait. These other ones, I don't know if they'll live.
Look at that one.
It's all right. Ooh, you see what's going on right here? I just might eat it.
Only one of them had roots, so good luck. And also, you're kind of late.
No, I'm not.
Hopefully.
No, I'm not trying to plan it for this season. I'm doing it for next.
Okay, we'll put them under lights then or something, and like you might even want to like the big one definitely doesn't have any roots, so you might want to even cut it down and put it in water.
Yeah, we should have segments like this all the time. Yeah, what's the strain?
It's unknown. It's strain out of random shit that I fucking
my
got
strain.
that I smoke. So you can just make up a name if you want. It's
Unknown. Unknown.
It's
Misery.
the unknown misery.
BWC.
No, don't
Yeah.
smoke me. Yeah, BWC.
Those are gonna die. I'm almost 100% sure those are gonna die, except for maybe the one that had a bunch of roots. Actually,
These are resilient BWC.
yeah.
Yo.
Maybe. Who knows?
Babyllian War Chili.
War chili.
Yeah, yo.
Don't tell me you have zigzag, bro.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Papers and shit.
Nah,
man.
don't tell him you got
Fucking-
zigzags.
You know, like you don't have to wrap things in paper to smoke them anymore. Fucking jeez.
I won't lie though, I do have to sometimes. I like.
Yeah, you know, if you put fucking food on the fire, it tastes better, right? I'll be right back.
I like the meat raw, like shitty y'all, old dirty bastard, live and all cut. Sorry, not meaning to take Raph away from the podcast. I got him looking for these marijuana.
I own three.
It's okay. This is mad entertaining right now.
Well, you own two.
See, you know what the thing is? These are the, see, we have
But on
people
a
that
serious
watch.
note, could I set up an interview with?
I think it was Katie B who asked me once for papers in Berlin.
Probably.
It's possible, but you know what? It might have been me because
Or
I was
me.
always the guinea pig, man. Every time they were like, Raph, go ask that guy if he smokes weed. I was always the guinea pig, man. Every time.
Yo, that's not true. You always wanted to be. You're like, I'm down.
I
Yo,
know,
you were the
totally.
first
I was
one
always
that's
the first one
down.
down. I'm always like, that guy
Yo,
has dreads. He must smoke weed. And that was like, totally didn't work
Yo, honestly, on
in
tour,
Germany.
and you got a CD. Yo, there you go. Yo,
Okay,
I like.
sick.
Hold on.
Mike Ermintrout, man. I remember that name.
I want to see who you are now, brother.
I
wonder
want to
if
see
I'll
who you
remember.
are now.
Like, yeah. You know, I want to see the face. But yo, even if
Yeah.
there's somehow doesn't best trade ever, that's what I'm saying. We were in Berlin, eh? So we only went to Berlin together once.
We didn't perform. We just
Twice.
went and watched what's his name? Bumpy Knuckles, remember?
Yeah, we
In
stayed there for a
Berlin.
bit at your cousin's place.
That was such a sick show. Eh?
And Bumpy
Premiere.
Knuckles, I went and tried to talk to him because we met in the staircase, and he just gave
Dude,
me this look like he was
I-
gonna
that-
murk me.
I know. In Berlin?
Yeah, man. I remember I pulled a Houdini that night.
I remember I got. Did you?
Yeah, man. Ended up going back to the hostel.
Oh, I'm usually the Houdini man.
Honestly, I was Twist. That's all I know. And Bumpy Knuckles was cheese.
Mission Impossible in the hostel.
Yo, Berlin is awesome. We had a blast. But I remember when we first got there, I was pissed. I don't know. Like everything was just annoying. Remember we had like got charged all this money at the airport for changing money and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it was like impossible to get anywhere.
Cause I don't remember where we came from, but I think we came from parts of Germany that was like almost cheaper,
lugging
like
all
small
that fucking luggage around.
I know. Well, tell me about it, man. I had a cello and an MPC, and you guys were like,
"Yo, we met him at Raw." I remember that. Yeah, brother.
At Raw.
What I gotta say, like that,
yo, I remember that place. That place was sick.
That was like the most ultimate workout.
Which
you must have came out the most fittest artist on the planet,
dude. I was like sweating all the time. Like I was like
never
yellow and like a luggage. Like yo, I had the worst. And then I like look at like famous artists touring, and they're like walking like all cool, like dressed up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's like 7 people.
There's people holding their bags,
all their shit. I'm like,
but you know what we were doing? Yo, you were carrying mad shit. But remember, like we figured out some hacks. It'll be like, yo, we'd slide your bag down the escalators.
Oh, dude, I had
and then
so
one
many.
time it just busted open, and like you know how many times on tour we would leave
my bag
and
up.
This guy, your bag basically would be shrink wrapped. Like
Dude,
you'd go with a shrink wrapped bag.
I went through a few suitcases on our tours, man, for sure. And like I think even one of them wasn't even mine. I think one of them was like Reef's.
Yo,
and like it's fucked. Like there's no way. Like I don't even.
Let's go to the options. Never change money at the airport, rookie move, or I change all my money and buy my SIM card straight out the arrival.
No, what I realized after touring many times with you guys is don't change money ever. Use Interac wherever you can, because apparently that shit works almost everywhere.
And take more out, not less, because the only way you'll lose is just by the fee. So if you're gonna pay a fee somewhere, take out more, but not too much, and try to spend your change first, because you won't be able to leave and convert the change. So spend your change before you spend your bills. You know,
I couldn't believe how well international banking was working, which is just a fucking monologue on how messed our economy and like the whole economic setup of the world is. But the convenience was really convenient when we went to all the Nordic countries. Remember, like Denmark, and we could just use our Interac cards like we were at home. And it would take out the perfect amount, exactly with the best trade, like the best whatever, like Google trade rate. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Rate. Yeah, man. No, that's what I learned was like, don't ever take out money unless you have to. Don't take out money. Just use your card if you can.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a better exchange, and you don't have to pay extra fees and shit.
No, exactly. And just tell your bank before you leave.
In Korea, how insignificant I was.
Yeah.
Korean Dominion Bank.
Oh man! Korean Dominion Bank, KDB. Like he literally shares a name with like the biggest bank in Korea.
We have it on one of our vlogs.
I've mad videos and like pictures of you standing underneath KDBs or whatever. Like all.
If you look on our channel, you'll probably find it.
I swear that was like a floodgate.
Yeah.
Yo, did you tell KDB what's happening, man? Did you tell KDB that I'm going to Thailand to set up links for shows? So then we can all go down there, and you're going to be down there living there soon, and we're going to be in Southeast Asia just moving
Let me tell him, and we'll have a live reaction right now.
All right.
Misery bought a ticket to Thailand round trip, and he's leaving in like a couple weeks to like set up shows and promote.
King Kong will be in Thailand, bro.
Who?
What?
King Kong?
Sorry. Marcel Wilson.
King Kong?
What?
Bro.
Martha Wilson?
Crooks of the Round Table.
Crooks of the Round Table.
Could it be because they do one by one?
Really?
In Miami, not Miami, in Hawaii
what?
And Thailand.
Yo, I gotta get at him.
1x1
Yeah.
thing in Thailand where you probably could
Say it in the mic.
He has a 1x1 operation in Thailand where you could probably set up workshops.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
That's
And
crazy.
he's going to Thailand
What?
probably like next week.
What? Yo,
Yeah.
that's sick. Okay, sick.
So make sure you hit him up.
Yo,
Hit him up.
guaranteed.
You know what I
Guaranteed.
mean? Hit him on a DM.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's gonna try and set up some stuff for us. I want to go out there too.
We'll set it up. That's what I'm saying. We have a base out there.
Yeah,
where
well,
we can
Marak
stay.
lives out there.
Marak
right now.
lives
We got
there.
2 bases.
We got 2 bases.
A mansion.
Well, there's another base out there from who?
Really?
Hold on.
Well, he's saying his buddy from Crooks of the Round Table is
He has a
going
house out there?
and he has a house out there.
You got like basically a condo.
A condo.
Which is like a mini mansion.
Mini mansion, apparently.
It's his?
And it's his, or he just has it rented for the
It's
fucking
under
time.
his organization.
It's under his organization. Wow! So this
that's
guy's making
sick.
moves.
Yo, I'm
Interesting.
gonna be there. I'm building with him guaranteed, man. That guy does a lot of amazing work, man.
Yo, that's sick. So yeah, Thailand might be the new home base for Babylon War Child. That would be cool.
Well, that kid's gonna come to life on our shirts.
Yeah, no, like that
Yeah,
kid's
yo.
definitely Southeast Asian.
Yo, I'm gonna try
Um,
to go to Cambodia too. Like, yo, I wanna like
Yo,
get a
Cambodia's
bunch
sick.
of shit popping, man. Like guaranteed Bangkok.
People talk shit about Cambodia, but they don't know, man. It's
Yo, I'm
I
gonna
heard
find
it's
a
cool.
bar there. Marak said he's already down to roll. I'm gonna find a bar or something there where I can hit up and just do something. And just go
Yeah, man.
everywhere. Yo, it's gonna be fun again. I miss it. We're about to do this. Yeah, exactly. Start living. We're about to do this. We're just
Nice.
gonna have mad
I'm
fun
down.
and perform.
I'm down.
That's it. This show's just about us and everything we're gonna do, and the trees and the clones and stuff.
Yeah, I'm really wondering if Thurston's gonna show up because he's like late now.
It's
Let me
okay.
message him.
Whatever happens, happens.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, let's see what happens. So, what should we do? Let's do stuff here.
We can
like,
watch other stuff.
What do we got?
I
Let's
got
see.
some other stuff to watch. I got another Thurston Howell video we can watch.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
Let's just. Or should we save it?
Save it. I have some news too that we can talk about, which is actually kind of funny.
Let's
and
talk
kinda
about news.
interesting.
After I show everyone this again.
Agression. Agression. The cologne for the distinguished cowboy. Made from 100% ball sweat. After a long day of bull pumping, you want to splash yourself with some aggression.
Oh my fucking god.
Built for men, loved by horses. Aggression.
The whisper. Dude, that was good. That was one of the best ones yet. Was that the same one that you played last time, or did you revoice a different?
No, that's
something?
the same one. I'm just getting it in everyone's head, man. This is one of the best scents of the season.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get fucking the joint by me and Miz? Fucking Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
Video. Yo, and while you find that though, yo, brother
Mhm.
Mike on here. Okay, it says, since you are 3 there, will there ever be another album? Yes, there will be another Babylon War Child album. It's
Is this
gonna
it?
come naturally when it comes. We've already spoken about it. We've all agreed that we're gonna work on it. We're all working on different things, but yo, we're back and we're building. So there will be an album. And beyond just an album, there will be some projects and different pieces of art you're gonna be able to see soon too. But yeah, we're gonna work on music guaranteed. I don't know
Yeah.
when, but we're going
I'd like to make another
we're
album.
working on side albums and stuff together, and we're collaborating again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't like. I don't like Russian stuff at all.
You don't like Russian stuff?
I don't
This
like
is
Russian
a
stuff at
sensitive
all.
time, man.
And yeah, like we're not one of those groups that puts out like a bunch of mixtapes all the time. Our members might.
Yeah. I'll put out mad stuff. KDB will put out mad stuff.
But as like a
legit has a bunch of stuff coming up right now.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, and we also are all really picky. Yeah. Fortunately, it keeps the.
It's gonna be nice, but I can't wait till it happens, and that's why like we're all pushing in different ways. I feel like getting out there, we're gonna be all excited to get out. And this brother Mike also said one of us asked for papers. We talked about music, and he was in his Immortal Tech phase that time. That's why I decided to give him a CD. I think that was me, because I feel like anyone who says Immortal Technique to me on tour.
His automatic CD. Automatic CD. Good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yo, thank you, Mike. Boom.
Know It to Love Her. I hate the name of this album.
I love it. No, you gotta finish it. Know It to Love Her. The revolution is backwards.
Yeah. It's a good album, though.
This is all directed by KDB. I won't lie, KDB's a good director.
You know it to love her, the revolution backwards. You know it to love her, represent cause you know it.
Immaculate reception, multinational heckler, multi-layered conception, spraying static to receptor with madness that will percept us. Target the mega and select us, spin the truth, we in the booth, you can't eject us. Speak truth of a loops through a chip tooth. That's a reminder of time to find her. Brother, your other and your enemy kind of remedy wiser. Watch your path, keep your eyes up, test trials and try.
What the hell?
That's good. Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Bill. Sedated since they started dating. Outdated
This is such an awkward scene to film.
Oh yeah, that's Mel's roommate. He lives downstairs.
Chase ourselves in more than one way. Addiction it kills. I see them with my own peak. It's collapse for war leader.
You either fighting the power, fighting for it. You either take heed to the truth.
Yo, we gotta perform this, bro.
To the youth, they can't destroy it. Know what to love, represent, cause you know it.
Yeah, I remember this. Who made the beats for this?
We had a few different people. Precarious, I know, was Lalo. Dynamo recorded, had a bunch of them, maybe half. Maybe Deconstructionist. Crossroad 25.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Was guaranteed on this album.
I don't know why it's like distorted. Is it distorted for you or is it just me?
I think it's just you.
Okay, good.
Every day I wake up to pay bills. It's like I'm working a job to pay bills. I'm sick and tired, I'm dying from these bills. They lie while signing our lives on these bills. Kill.
Reed looks like he's like.
Yo, man, KDB did a good job still. This guy directed this shit, man. I won't lie. Like, holy. Dope.
Bill 115, teacher losing their dignity until the problems of course consider me Bill Murray. A finicky from treating you busters like Pillsbury. You ain't safe, cause you say grace or Hail's Mary. A man's judged by his good deeds and sincerity. The sin in Sin City looks pretty up on your sin card. Buffalo Bill, I've retired him to a graveyard. My bride, Uma Thurman, Kill Bill, and then some. It's a conundrum. Don't guess we take money in the lump sum. Every day I wake up to pay bills. It's like I'm working a job to pay bills. I'm sick and tired, I'm dying from these bills. They lie while signing our lives on these bills.
Yo, man, this is a good album, man. You slept on it, bro.
No, it is a good. I didn't say it wasn't a good album. I didn't say that. I said I didn't like the name of the album. Should have been named Kill Bill. No, it's just using the word lover is it's very that was like that was out there, man. You can't just use the word lover in hip hop.
But yo, the no
just
way
be
to
like,
lover, the revolution is backwards.
I know it's the revolution is backwards. I know that if you spell revolution backwards, that's what you get. Some
And what a
weird word that doesn't
coincidence.
make sense.
No, you gotta know it, you lover. You gotta...
Okay, yeah, explain that. Know it.
You gotta know it, you
lover.
lover.
You gotta know it to lover.
You gotta talk.
Well, no, but that's actually kind of what it sounded like. Honestly, it really did. To people who like didn't really put it together, and then like when you put it together, I don't know. It was kind of like the Zach Nori Iron Fingers.
Yeah,
which
people have
was
to
really
figure it out
dope.
later.
I don't know, but that one just kind of sounds doper. Zach Nori, it just kind of.
But you know how it is. Can I say the truth? I love the fact that the word love was in there by accident.
I know you did. I know you did.
I
That's
loved
so
it.
you. That's
Because-
so Raven.
Yo, but we need love. You know what I mean? At times like that. Like, yo, peace.
All right, sick. I'm gonna you're gonna have to go dolo for a second.
Oh,
while
shit,
I
it's
let him
getting
out of my
crazy in here. I don't know what to do. It stresses me out, man. Yeah. But yeah, yo, let us know if you actually like these kind of conversations. To me, these conversations are even more fun. Just natural. And yo, when I go out Southeast Asia, man, anyone here watching, get at me. Like, I'm gonna be there for a minute. So I'm gonna be around. I don't know where I'm gonna be. So get at me. And if you have any contacts, the venues, whatever, or even just want to build out there, let me know. But I want to build, or even advice, like, yo, hit up this venue, that venue. I've been doing my best. I know Miss Maraxter is a point person, one of the people on the ground, you know. So yeah, but I'm excited about this, yo. And we're gonna be running vlogs like every day. So we're gonna be posting vlogs daily. I'm going there with my girl, and we're just gonna be doing this shit. It's gonna be fun still. Yeah, organic. That's the way. Yo, I'll be up, man. I'll be up at 6. Don't worry, brother. Usually, I think I'll just have to switch the time because I'm usually up like 5 anyways, no matter when I sleep. And out there, yo, I want to be up, man. I want to hear the birds come out. And you know what's crazy? I just realized that, yo, Bangkok is called Mango City.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Dude, you remember the mangoes out in Malaysia, man? They were good.
Don't ever talk to me about mangoes ever. You know, I love them.
And the cool thing about Thailand is the wildlife, man. There's all types of crazy shit.
Like, I want to go to all the fucking temples as well. Not all of them, but a lot of them, you know. And it seems like you could take, like, if you're in Bangkok, you could take buses. But I don't want to stay just in Bangkok. I want to keep it moving.
I would want to see a wild elephant.
Oh, I'm going to see a wild. We're going. Definitely. It's a must.
I wonder how hard that is to find in Thailand these days.
Well, Marak was saying it's pretty easy if you go near Chiang Mai.
Like, not like, because there's a lot of like domesticated elephants, I think, in Thailand. That are
but I heard there are wild ones out there, though. No, definitely. Yeah. There's probably a lot. Like,
no
like
wild
cows and shit. You know?
No wild, really?
What?
Like, they're all on reserves?
Oh,
well, that's wild if they're like.
They're not like someone's cows, like version of their cows. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
they're on a reserve and they're able to like roam freely.
They're just
like,
protected, I guess. Then,
and
right?
the reserves are huge. I'm hoping. But yeah, Thai elephants are also different than like Indian elephants or African elephants.
And elephants are just so beautiful, man. And I love Ganesha. It'd be nice to see.
I think there's
elephants.
actually Indian elephants might be similar to Thai elephants. It might be almost the same species, or they
aren't they? Are Thai elephants smaller?
I know that Indian elephants are smaller than African elephants. African elephants are huge.
Why are you being disrespectful, bro? Why?
Well, Africa has the biggest elephants. They have like the giant fucking monster elephants that are like
joking. Yeah.
will just step on your car like nothing.
Even by accident, even if it doesn't want to hurt you.
Just like turning around, those things will mess.
But monkeys, now, on the other hand, you don't mess around with any sort of the monkeys' families because
there's much
these guys smack you. Things get in India, I told you the time where one of my cousins, she went. First of all, I was mad when this happened instantly. And she was just we were in Calcutta and someone had like a skinny monkey on a chain, yo. And like skinny, looked tortured almost. Like, to pet the monkey. And I was like, I didn't like it. And my cousin went, who lives in India, slapped the monkey. The monkey slapped her back so fast, like instantly. And I was like, that's like the best karma ever. I'm like, you don't smack a little monkey. That guy's going to eat your food quickly. And like, then I saw some other monkey like steal someone's water. They were trying to just chill. We got off some boat. We were in the Sundarban in the jungle. And then we came back. We're going back to the boat. You got to walk on, like balancing on some like little tightrope stick.
That's sick.
It's crazy. Like it's some old like wooden boat painted, like how elephants are painted. And like this, we're in the jungle in between Bangladesh and Calcutta, this baboon just like snatches this girl's like not water bottle, camera. She goes too close.
No way.
Yeah. Because she went too close. The people on the boat were like telling her like to stay back.
Well, remember that one time? That just reminded me of that time we went swimming in Malaysia. Remember? We were on that trip where we were like helping that like field trip paint. We were like painting with Vandal for like a community center, like a bunch of houses out in like the wilderness.
I remember. And then we ate food right by there.
And so there was this dope river, and like it was like crazy. It had like little dugout swimming areas or whatever, and it was like all these dope trees over the top, and there were like monkeys in the trees and shit while we were like chilling. And so like we were just swimming, and like we were like all the way up the river, and then all of a sudden we just see one of the dudes that we're with like hucking rocks down where our bags were. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
And then we saw a monkey, tried to go get our bags, while we were like swimming, because we like took all our shit off and like put it by the side of the river. And he started throwing rocks to like scare the because the monkey was like going up and like looking at us.
Take it.
And he was like reaching out, and dude was like,
he touched the bag.
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah.
And then like I started running back there. Yeah, I remember that.
But the rocks made him run.
Yeah, the rocks made him run.
And even out there, we had like we were filming the getaway video.
Yeah.
And the monkey came and took one of my sandals and my water. You remember that? Yeah, I was missing a sandal.
Did he get it though? He didn't.
Yeah, he got my sandal.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No,
he got
I don't
my
remember
sandal
that.
and my water.
I remember there being like a ton of monkeys around while we were filming that video, and like kind of being wary where we like left. And I remember like, whoever was with us was like, don't like leave shit around, like no straight jacket, like
that anything. Was crazy. And even walking up to that temple with all those monkeys hopping over us is crazy. Like I don't know why we're talking about monkeys right now, but it happens
because they're cool and they're amazing and they're like little humans.
Marak did say when we go, there might be no elephants,
wild tigers.
Wild tigers?
Well, it is Thailand. Their like national symbol is the tiger. Like they're all about tigers. I wonder what the
extinction rate is, because it's like, unfortunately, like the Royal Bengal tiger.
Yeah,
I forgot. Like, it's a sad amount. Like I don't want to say. I feel like it was like less than 1,000 or something crazy.
I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be surprised. And like Thailand isn't that big. And there's a lot of people there. So the areas where there can be wild tigers get smaller and smaller every day.
Which is wild though. That's why you might more likely to see them. Golden Triangle has tigers.
Yeah. So it's basically like, man, a lot of the same animals that you're seeing in India or northern India are in Thailand,
Yeah, exactly.
So giant snakes, like Marak sent a picture of like a giant snake, like a python, like huge.
In
like,
Thailand? That's true.
Yeah, dude. Big snakes, man. Like big.
Because it is true. Yeah, it's all jungles.
That was like one of my concerns about bringing Maceo out there. If I ever like went and actually moved out there and brought my dog, because he's crazy. Like he'll fucking attack any of that shit,
and he'd fight one of them.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want him fighting a monkey or anything. Like, and he's goes nuts at raccoons,
Mike brought some facts.
Only
Largest population.
150? That's insane.
That's crazy,
Humans
man.
fucking
I know.
suck.
Why are we doing this to
Humans
them?
suck, man.
And you know when you see them, yo, it's like the ones we saw in the Sundarban were hard. We didn't see any. First of all, we heard one at night in the Sundarban.
Yeah.
We were there for a week or close to a week. It was a long
Mm-hmm.
journey, and we stayed like in the jungle in some gated like building compound where food was. If you wanted anything, you had to get it from another like island, and then the boat would come in. And we heard them at night. We heard him growl, like he was like roaring loud, and like
Sick.
I was twist on the thing on the balcony at night, and me and my other cousin from India, I had like this big laser. He had this big laser. It's like the big ones we got in China. He had one of those.
Yeah,
like powerful laser that can like go far. Yeah. I was scared to bring it back. Yo, this guy just like,
bring it back.
is pointing it in the jungle, and you hear the tiger getting mad at it. And then at night, we heard it mad close to us, but we didn't get to see any. And when we're leaving, it's one of our main animals.
Yeah,
the Bengal tiger.
Totally.
You know, we see them in a cage, and it's like, yo, it's just sad, yo. It's like they're so powerful, like majestic, like I don't know, man. I think, yo, it's obviously blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like not blah blah blah, but it's the same thing that we can talk about all the time. But I guess we have to because there's no choice. To say, man, just let the human, like keep the animals around because they're not doing nothing wrong, yo. Like leave the tigers alone. How's there less than 1,000? I'm gonna go look while.
The thing that like really sucks for apex predators is that like we can't really coexist with them very well. Like as much as like I want to be like, don't kill tigers ever, you know what I mean? If a fucking tiger's charging at me and I have a fucking gun, there's no question what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, or at least trying to do. You know, so like at the end of the day, like if it's an animal that's like literally threatening our lives, because tigers are fucking dangerous. Like,
well, we'd have to survive.
That's not an opinion. You know, like they're man eaters. They're actually like classed as actual man eaters, right?
Yeah.
I'm
so
just like whenever you
break it down.
Like I'd say that like a lot of the, you know, typical man eaters, like the few animals that actually are like eat people, which is like some sharks, like tiger sharks, and like I don't know, you can probably imagine. And we're not talking about hippos who kill humans. They don't eat us. They don't eat us. They're not. We're not a source of food. We're talking about eating. So yeah, like, I feel
vicious still.
I feel like most man eaters are endangered, and like
I know what you
there's
mean.
A reason.
It ends up being a natural thing. Like it's basically natural for that to happen. It makes sense. Like even without this mass, the only issue is now that it's on a mass scale, where people can travel and do this for game, and people travel and do this illegally, and there's a trade around it.
Oh, totally.
Like these are the issues.
Totally
you know?
a thing. That's totally.
If it wasn't for that, I think naturally you are right. Though we would have to, as predators ourselves, we would have to make sure that we survive, and we would naturally be murking them off if they came close to our village.
Kind of want to see what the list.
But yo,
of
check this out. Yo, bring that up and look at this. 2019 consensus: 2,967 Royal Bengal tigers in India. More than 75% of the total tiger population in the world is in India. That's crazy, man.
Wow. So most man eaters are felines. So think about that when you're looking at your house cat. It's literally like, okay, tigers have reported to kill more people than any other big cat, are responsible for more human deaths through direct attack than any other wild mammal.
Okay, time out right there. If you go by the claws or teeth of a tiger, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible. But you know what? It will still at least be. You can't fight it. It's done.
Listen to this.
What?
One individual Bengal tigress in India reportedly killed 436 people.
First of all, she should have stopped at 420. She should have got some fans. All right, she messed up after 420 kills. That's crazy.
430. Yo, if a person kills 436 people, they're like getting hung for it, the like tribunal in fucking Netherlands.
You know, it'd be dope, man. Yo, if we could train them to kill like pedophiles.
Oh,
and
you don't think that that's been done? Okay, so tigers were the first on the list. Lions are second. They also like, and they're also felines. Leopards, another feline. They like humans. Jaguars, another feline that likes
name
humans.
cars after them.
Cougars, that's the only one we have to worry about.
Shouldn't be mad at them. Find them at bars.
Primates, chimpanzees have actually been known to kill and eat humans, but it's more of like
that makes
intimidation. And then we got dogs. Wolves.
Eat baboons and shit.
Wolves will tear you apart. Dingoes. Two recorded fatalities in Australia. That's not so.
It doesn't
big.
Count. Doesn't count.
And then domestic dogs. That's crazy.
Just turning
coyotes, jackals, and then we got bears, polar bears. I knew that they are definitely they actually eat people. Like they're not like, oh, you startled us, like, and we're like,
they're not like Canadian
defender.
bears,
No, like they will travel hundreds of miles in like across the like tundra.
They see you, they're like, I'm eating you. Yeah,
kill humans and like or like they're nuts.
And they're like always painted as the nicest bears, but it's like nah. Or the pandas. Pandas are painted as nice and they're not. They're
hyenas. Hyenas will readily feed upon human corpses.
Can I tell you the honest? That's what I'm saying. Corpses. There's something about hyenas. Their laugh. I feel like I'm not scared of them. I feel like if they came towards me and started laughing like that, I'd laugh. Dude,
they're big and scary, man. They're big.
But they're only going to go after the dead already.
Yo, do you want to see some pictures?
They're moving mucky.
Yo, hold on.
Politicians need to be on their menu for sure. Politicians.
Hold on. You were saying
this
hyenas?
guy said coyotes tried luring me.
You're saying hyenas? You're not so scared of hyenas?
Okay, no, let's talk about hyenas. Nuts. We're going to coyotes next. Let's go.
Nuts? Okay. These are the hyena men of Nigeria. They train Look how big hyenas are, okay? They're large. They're large. And look at the chains they use to control them. Like these guys are like a traveling troupe, and they it's not normal even in Nigeria to have a hyena as a pet at all. These are like specific dudes, the hyena men. It's a documentary you can watch on Vice, and it's pretty freaking crazy. But these things are nuts, and they're huge dogs, man. They're not to be messed with, man. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, but they are scavengers. You're totally right.
Yeah. Yo, look at these stories, man. Let's look at some of these stories if you're down. It's like
pigs. Pigs are man eaters.
Yeah, makes sense.
And rats. Rats are also man eaters, and crocodiles, alligators, snakes. And there's some evidence of vultures.
And that's the thing. If like
sharks, piranhas.
And it's the stuff that we don't eat. You know what
Definitely.
I mean? Like we don't eat what eats us, if you notice that. And
but
I wonder why.
All those lists, most of those are endangered animals. Most of those are endangered, man. Like, you know, most of that list is endangered.
But why don't we don't eat? That means we don't eat the ones that attack us, do we? Except shark, because like some people are weird, like they want shark.
Yeah, people eat shark. Yeah, rats and pigs are just garbage disposal. Same with vulture; they'll just eat whatever, right? A bunch of hungry pigs. You've seen Snatch, Mike Ehrmantraut. I know why I remember that name. It's the dude from Breaking Bad, Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, where did I meet Mike Ehrmantraut before? That sounds familiar.
But yo, you don't mess with rats though. Let me tell you about something about rats. Yo,
Oh God, don't tell me.
I'm in Vancouver, right?
I saw a rat in my house.
Bro, was it like?
Yeah, it was a legit rat, man.
Like,
And
was
it
it
wasn't that
like?
long ago. It
Was it
was
like
not long
almost
ago.
like a PlayStation? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, as in, you could probably watch this stream back from the last couple of weeks, and you might fucking see him poking his head out and all that junk behind my head.
Oh, for real? He was like a
I
big.
don't
Is he a
know. I'm
big
trying
guy?
to catch him. I'm trying to catch him. I have some traps up, but they're
Yo.
smarter than normal mice. I catch mice like it's nothing.
No, they're smart, yo, and they build with people, man. They build. Look, check it out, yo.
Yo, come here. Let me build with you for a second.
Yo, at the shelter out here. So I work in the shelter, downtown East Side. It's
Yeah.
really grimy down there. You know, it's
Mhm.
like these rats are guaranteed when they're going through the garbage. They're guaranteed poking into needles. They're guaranteed, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean. They're on everything and they're spreading everything. And it's like,
Yes, so they're not normal rats. They're East Van rats. That's
yo,
different.
and they are huge. So my first shift at work, I go
That's a
to
different species entirely.
I go to use the washroom my first shift at work. I had to. My stomach was calling. I had to run one of those, you know? I'm sitting there and I hear like, not like a, I hear like a, like a knock. I look, it's this rat just, you know when a rat will look at you, they might be a little scared. This guy just looked at me like, made eye contact, slowly just kept walking past. He's like, no one's going to bother him because he's someone's pet.
Yeah.
He is, no one's scared of him. No one's bothering him. And this guy was huge, bro. Like I had this one rat. I was taking a piss, throwing the garbage out at the end of a long shift, and I'm throwing the garbage out. I know I could have went inside and pissed, but I just had to go, so I just pissed by the garbage dump. We're in the downtown East Side, and yo, I feel something leaning on my foot, on my leg, bro. Because like literally leaning, like you think it's a cat came up. Like a
What
cat
up? I want to build with you for a second.
You know? That's exactly what I was thinking about. This guy, I look down and he just like looking at me, yo. Like, yeah, exactly. Like he wants to build. So it's hilarious. And I was like so weirded out, man. Sirius said he had 3 bear attacks. He said one he got lured in by coyotes, and coyotes are crazy, but he had not attacks, 3 bear encounters.
Oh, bear encounters. Okay. I'm
I've
like,
had
what?
1, 2, 3. I've had 5 bear encounters so far in
Yeah.
this many years, and I'd say more than 5 if I didn't see them, but I heard them right outside my tent. That
No,
doesn't
we saw
count though.
mad bears. We saw mad bears when we drove across
On the side of the
Canada.
road. Yeah, on the side of the road.
Remember, like,
But
even,
I'm just
like,
saying when
bears
you're
with
in
cubs.
a tent, yeah, like
Oh, I've been in a tent where I've heard like sounds. I did. Well, man, did I tell my wolf story on the podcast ever?
what the fuck? No. Break
No?
it down. Let's go. Wolf
Oh
story.
man, my wolf story is crazy.
This is a rap show, by the way. Everyone. That's it.
Yeah,
We do
no,
what we want.
but we talk about wolves and shit.
Yeah, it's hip hop.
So
Wolves
yeah,
game.
wolves are crazy.
Sorry, yo, hold on. Thurston Howell, Wolves. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going.
The wolf episode. Yeah, I don't think he's coming, man. I'm disappointed.
It's okay. We'll get him another time.
We'll get him another time. He's down. But yeah, okay. So the wolf story. Me and my family were kind of crazy, and we like my dad used to, instead of going on like normal vacations. Yeah, Mayo knows this story. Basically, we used to go on vacations. And they'd be like crazy ones. It wouldn't be like staying in a hotel. My dad would be like, all right, we're going on a rafting trip in the middle of the Northwest Territories with like no civilization around, and like flying in on like a tiny plane. Yeah, my dad made
It's
good
really
money.
sick, though.
My dad made good money, and he afforded the ability to go do some crazy shit
And
with
give
our
you some
family.
like pretty cool like experiences, to be honest. That's
Yo,
like an
straight
awesome
up, man. Like
experience.
not every day that you
that
get to
that
go.
that kind of like made, in a way, like when I travel, I've traveled with you a lot of places in the world, and you have a style of traveling, a very free style, and I think that has to do with it. You're always like, it's gonna, something's messed up, you're like, chill, it's gonna be good, and then you're on your phone and somehow you just figured something out. But I'm just saying it comes with that. I'm just giving you flowers for that.
No, it's
And your
true, man.
props.
Like
Yeah.
you have to, like he was really like all about not going with the hotel or all-inclusive type shit ever. It was always some like adventure where we'd like not even know where we were staying and stuff. which is
Sounds
kind of
like our
crazy as
tours.
a family to be doing that with like kids and the wife and stuff.
That is crazy.
So anyways, we did multiple raft trips through like crazy places, but the one that I'm talking about, we went down into the States. So it wasn't too crazy. Like as far as like we went to the Green River, which flows into the Colorado River. So it's in like Utah, that area, Utah and like Arizona or whatever. It's called the Green River.
I can't wait to go to Arizona. Okay.
And it's like, it's pretty wild. Like I don't know, but like it wasn't crazy wild like those Northwest Territories things that we did or whatever. But the difference was the wolves. I don't know, like the Colorado, Utah area wolves are like really fucking insane, man. And like honestly, like I remember going to sleep at night and like hearing them hunt deer like off in like the woods. And it was insane. Like imagine a pack of like 12 dogs going absolutely batshit crazy on a deer. And like I was hearing them like
for real
echoing through the fucking valley, like while we're in
Dead, you're saying.
Yeah, like while we're literally like in our tents, like sleeping, and like we'd hear these hunts like regularly, and also them like calling out like oh, like all the night long and shit. Like it was like wolf country that we were camping in. So one night we get to this sandbar. We get to this sandbar. My dad's like, "Oh, seems like a great place to like camp for the night," and it was getting dark or whatever. And so the way it worked with our family was always like my mom would like prepare the food. My dad would like do all the crap with like the boat and all the like other random stuff and help my mom. And then me and my brother would like set up the tent and like go get firewood and like build the fire or whatever. So it was kind of like an operation where everyone had their own jobs, you know what I mean? So like, and it was kind of cool for me and my brother because we would be able to like explore the area around the campsite a little bit, like collecting firewood and stuff and just see some cool shit. And so we were doing that. We'd go out, we're like looking for firewood, and like I'm like, 15 feet away from where we set up our tents in the fire circle where we're cooking. Mm-hmm. And it's like kind of dusk. It's getting dark. It's like a little like, the golden hour where it's, kind of like, you can't see shit perfectly, but it's still like clear. And so like I'm looking around for like sticks, for the fire or whatever. And I'm like finding some sticks or whatever. Yeah. I got a couple, and I see this perfect stick, like just lying on the ground, like underneath like this, like there's just like a bush kind of in front of it. And there's like a little stick poking out. It's like perfect. It's like the perfect size. It's like this or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I start reaching for it. And like, just as I'm about to grab it, I look to the end of the fucking stick and there's a hoof.
Yo.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I like kind of went back and I was like, what the hell? And then I fucking pull the bush aside. Dude, there was the severed head of an elk fucking there. Like literally just the head with the eyeball looking up at me. Yo. Fucking glassy. And literally from its fucking neck down, it was just a spine. It had been literally devoured completely. It was just a head and a spine.
How old?
And then just the wolf, like and then the feet picked clean. Like I thought it was a piece of wood. It was so picked clean with just a hoof, and you could see like where it like was lying. Like you could see the outline.
Yo, of it, I'm asking how old, because that's an important question.
I was like 12, and like, dude, it was one of those moments where you like step back, and then you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, oh, there's blood on that leaf over there, and then you're like, oh wait, blood
you see everything.
Dude, I step back. I'm in the middle of a bloodbath. There's fucking. It looked like that deer exploded. Like someone put dynamite up its ass, and like every fucking branch around me, every single branch around me was dripping blood, dripping blood. There were pieces of it fucking hanging on like the trees all around.
For real?
Yo, dude, it was insane.
Like pieces of the elk?
Pieces of the elk were dripping from the trees about 5-7 feet high. Okay, they're ripping this thing to like I could see it in my head from
Now
like,
I can see it when you told me the
it
pieces
looked like an explosion of deer. Like it was just
and you guys were basically
everywhere.
camping like right
We were
there.
camping right next to it. I ran back to my dad. I was like, "We are not camping here. We are not. You have no idea what I just saw over there or whatever." And my dad was like, "Oh, they just ate."
And
So
that's the
therefore,
thing though. Wherever you go, they could be anywhere. It doesn't matter.
we fully slept next to that dead carcass 100%. And it was fucking recent because it didn't smell. You know, like something like that definitely is gonna smell. And like
But
it
that's
was
the only
recent.
thing too. That probably
It was
attracts
still
other
dripping blood.
that attracts other living things though too.
No shit.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
totally.
yeah.
No,
Yo,
me and
someone was
Drew-
talking about coyotes and a thing being this like crossbreeding.
Yeah.
Almost, but it's like serious, I believe. And coyotes and wolves. Like out here, we don't have wolves. Like, well, not here. It's like here, it's like coyotes. Like in the
Oh, you guys
city.
get wolves in BC.
We get
but
wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
north.
here, it's mostly like coyotes and like in.
They don't
Vancouver.
like humans, man. They don't like
No,
humans
but they've
at
been
all.
attacking. They recently
Yeah.
been attacking. Once in a while, there's attacks, and after 2020, there's been more attacks. And like out here, because I think maybe space. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, we definitely have wolves.
Well,
We
that's
have
the
wolves,
thing
but-
that like is really deceiving is like people will be like those stupid stats like, oh, you're more likely to be like struck by lightning or a meteor than like attacked by a shark, right? But that's like
How
it's
often do you
deceiving.
go swimming? How often do you go
spend
camping?
3 days swimming in the water? Okay, because if you fucking live in the ocean for like more than a day, like you know, like you're getting eaten by sharks. Okay?
And camping.
Like,
So think about it. Camping. Last summer we went camping 60 days straight.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what I was saying. Every time we're camping, and like me, I don't care. At night, I'm just like all the time, and I'm like, oh god. And then like, yo, we were stayed in one spot where it's like a bear lives here on this campsite, you know, and that's fine. And you know what? The next season, when we go look for that same campsite where the bear lives and is peaceful, where we heard him outside our tent, they closed that shit down because he attacked people.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I'm just like, yo, when I'm out there, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like, of course, there are chances of that stuff happening, but at least we're in the Canada version of it, where it's a bear. Exactly. It's most likely if you startle it, or like Marek was saying, if there's a baby around, if there's a cub around, you know, they're more likely to make a mistake that will get the mom scared. And you know?
Also, what I was gonna say is they're territorial, so it's the same idea like with the shark. It's like
cougars.
If you set up a tent by yourself next to a wolf den, after time, it's like they're gonna like gain confidence and be like,
they already know you're there, and that's the only thing. That's what I feel like they already know you're there. Like cougars, you know, out here, it's like, yo, BC has crazy wildlife.
Cougars are man eaters. We just went over that,
and we have them.
Yeah,
you know,
actually, Reef's dog is like bred for hunting cougars.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. It's a Dogo Argentino. So apparently in Argentina, the farmers have a lot of problems with cougars and wild cats taking out their shit.
No, that's crazy. Because for us, it's the largest wildcat, the cougar.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So lucky that's only the largest wildcat at the same day. And I don't know about lucky, because if you see one, then it is what it like. You know, I got
mountain lions are crazy. I've heard them before. Yeah.
I got an embarrassing story that I will share openly because I don't mind. Yo, so I'm it's that same summer where we're camping like every day. We're going across the province and different past provinces, just going around. We stop. So me and my girl, it's just me and my girl. We just walk. We stop in a small town, just to take a little break, stretch, get gas. I'm like, let me roll one and like smoke. It seems like there's a river down there. So we walk by the river. We see a bear, a baby, a cub on the other side. So we're on this bridge, a walking bridge, and there's an abandoned building. And then just like maybe, I don't know, not too far, you know, like 20 steps that you go on this path, and there's a bridge right there, a wooden bridge.
Yeah.
So we're facing that way. There's a little river. and it goes downhill with a little river and then uphill, and we see this little cub there playing around with this tree. Notices us. When it notices us, all we hear is it's like already on our side. It's like they're fast. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's curious. Probably wants to see what we're doing. So I'm just like, yo. And then I'm like, oh, hey, okay, what's happening? I'm like, okay, let's chill. So I'm just like, I start walking kind of backwards. I'm like, yo. My girl's smart because my girl knows me. So she's like, yo, don't like go fast. Like, go slow. Like, oh, yeah, true. So I'm going slow. But while I'm walking, my girl's still standing there ready to take pictures because she's born and raised in this side of the country.
Yeah.
It's like different. Us growing up in the East Coast to here, it's like, yo, they're more used to nature like this.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like the more you're used to it, the less fear there is. It's like mostly the unknown. It's also night, a conversation we were having actually. So I got to give credit. She brought it up that night. It was a good thought that was put in my head. It's like if we didn't have any predators, that's what she brought up to discuss. If we didn't have any predators as humans, if we didn't have any predators at all, would we be weary or feel like we need protection or something at night when it gets dark, when we can't see? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in reality, the main predator of humans is humans.
Yeah.
And that will always, like, as long as we exist, we're gonna be scared at night because crazy versions of us exist.
That's what you think?
At night.
See, I think less. I think I agree, but I still think less because we'd be
it's true, but
if
we're talking about out in wilderness, for sure. But like, man, a lot of the reasons that we are so strong is not physical. You know, it's all like our tools and our mental. Oh, if I have nightmares about the bloody scene. No, it didn't really like affect me that crazy like that. But I definitely like have it imprinted in my memory forever. Like I know that, like I can literally like picture that deer's glassy black eye and severed head and spine. I can totally picture that right now, like at any given time. But it didn't like. No, it didn't. It never really like affected me like that. I was old enough to understand that that's nature. You know, but yeah,
that would make an epic metal album cover. No, I could see the scene, and it should be like almost like it needs to be a record where when you open it, the full scene is there, like the Immortal Technique cover.
I think I tried once to like do it with an AI art generator to try.
You need someone to do it from scratch.
Like you do it or whatever. But yeah, no, like that was definitely like a moment I remembered. But yeah, like that didn't affect me as much as like another thing that I saw in Europe once, where I saw a dead body, and it wasn't just any dead body. It was like up close and personal, and that affected me. That definitely affected me. That's a kind of crazy story. I don't know if that's a good one to share on the podcast, but now that I brought it up,
if your story, if you want to,
well, it's kind of funny, even though it's not funny. It involves death and suicide.
So just express yourself, bro.
But yeah, like basically I was in Europe when I was living in Europe, and I was living with my cousin in Saarbrücken or whatever, Germany. And
what's
so I
your
was
cousin's
living
name again?
Lucien. You've met Lucien.
Shout out
he's
Lucien
a good dude.
and
actually Mike Ermintrout might have met him too, because we were with him in Berlin the whole time, because he lives there in Berlin. So I was living with his mom, and I was studying music in the south of Germany or whatever. And then like two of my good buddies from high school, Marak knows them, and you know them, Batchin and Riel. They were like, they were crazy. They bought a world ticket together where they could change their destinations and pick anywhere. Saarbrücken is actually what we used to call it. But yeah, basically, they were on a world trip. Okay, and
hold on. How does this ticket work?
Well, it's basically like you buy a crazy ticket and it's value. It's valid for 1 year and it has a certain amount of destinations on it. I think they had like 16 or something insane. And like, I don't know, they were kind of like pretty well off or whatever. And I think their parents were kind of all about travel. And so they kind of like saw them getting into trouble in Toronto and we're like, these kids need some life experience. So like, let's send the two of them together on a world trip around the world. And so like, they just like picked fucking places out of the top of a hat. You know what I mean?
Great,
and they were just
a vibe, man, and an experience and like different perspective. That's dope.
Dude, they went everywhere, man. It was insane. And so like, I was in Europe while they were doing all that.
Crazy.
And then they like, we talked about it and then they were like, all right, yo, yeah, they're comfortable. And we talked to them and they were like, yo, we're going to go to Amsterdam or whatever. Meet us in Amsterdam or whatever. Cause that's like a good place to meet in Europe or whatever. This is turning into a long story. So they were in Cambodia. Speaking of the place that was brought up earlier, they were in Cambodia at the time and their internet was like really shady and crap. And like, we were like set to meet in Amsterdam on this day or whatever. And like, I didn't hear from them for like a week before we were supposed to meet and like the day came to leave and I was just like, all right, I'm going to Amsterdam. And so I took the train by myself to Amsterdam and this is where the story happens. So I'm going to Amsterdam from Saarbrücken and like, we're going, everything's fine. And then like, we stop randomly in the middle of this field or whatever. And like, it's just like random. We're just in the middle of some field in northern Germany, sitting on this train for like an hour of like, you know, waiting. And like, you know how trains are. It's like you only really see out your little window, right? That you have. And like, you know, you can try to press your head up against the thing to try and see far, but you can't really, right? Yeah. And so I didn't see anything. I just seen an empty field and we're sitting there for like an hour. And I'm like, man, this is annoying. And like, everybody's like getting all annoyed and shit or whatever. Right. And they're like, announced, they're like, yeah, sorry for the delay. There's like and it was all in German. So I couldn't really like understand everything. Like my German's not the greatest. Like I can, ich verstehe, aber mein Deutsch ist schlecht. So like, I fucking understand, but my German's shit is what I said. So basically I'm just sitting in this train and I'm like waiting or whatever. And then like, they're like, okay, we're ready to go or whatever. And dude, like it was so fucked up, man. It was so fucked up. So like, yay, the train's going. Like, I wonder if I can see what like everyone, you know, like that's your initial human thing is like, I wonder if I could see what delayed the train, right?
Of course, yeah.
And so like everyone's looking out the window. There's like kids, there's like families, everybody's fucking looking out the window. And like, you know how trains start. They're like super slow, right? Like, right? And dude, it was fucking insane, man. So we start going slowly, right? Going slowly. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. There's like a helicopter landed in the middle of the field. And like, that was the first thing I saw. I see like a helicopter, like a police helicopter. And then like I see like all this like people like forensic type shit. They're all like taking pictures and shit. And dude, it was like insane. It was like a movie, like real slow, like right next to the train window. Some dude fucking hung himself by the tree. And like he's literally like that. Goes right by the window, like slow, like so slow, like just like fucking looking in the fucking door of the fucking train, like literally, like I was just like, oh my god!
Everybody
Yo,
on that train,
all the kids are freaking out. They're yelling, oh my god! The girls on the, oh my god, that's insane, dude. I was like,
They should
And-
have found a way to block that before people went through. Like,
so many things,
blanket,
fucking, so many things went through my mind. I was like, okay, put
Damn.
up like a fucking sheet so that everyone on this fucking train doesn't see that shit. Take him down or some shit.
Damn, man, that's
But
crazy.
yo, that one stuck with me forever because, dude, it literally
What
like,
a
it was
place
like a
to
horror.
do
It was like a horror movie, dude. It was like we're
Yeah,
all
sounds
pressed up
like
against the window. We're all pressed up against the window to see what the fucking delay is, and like, dude, it's just there, like, yo, and like
Look right
necks
at you.
are. Yo, necks are not cool to look at when they've been hung.
Oh
I'll tell
my
you that much,
God.
dude. Oh, yeah.
I've seen a hang once. but I
Yeah, it's
haven't, but that's
fucking
like that's
gross,
an
dude.
unexpected moment when it's
Yo,
like, whoa.
That one stuck with me
Because you're not
forever.
expecting that. That's unexpected. So did you have dreams off that?
It is a funny story because of like the whole setup and like how fucking like they waited for like an hour at the fucking place.
And they couldn't even cover it with a blanket.
I know. I was just like,
Like,
dude,
yo.
there was like so many kids on the train just freaking out, like like
So what was
screaming
it?
at the
This was
top of
probably
their
the
lungs.
90s. Was this the 90s or the 2000s?
Yeah, it was like late
90s?
90s, maybe early 2000s. Yeah,
Yeah,
early
you know what?
2000s.
There was no like sensitivity training of any sort, man. That's just normal.
I
That's just
don't know,
normal
man.
stuff.
No,
Yeah.
it was obvious that
But
they shouldn't
yo,
have done that
obviously,
by the
and-
reaction of the fucking passengers.
No, they
like,
shouldn't have done that at all.
but it was just kind of funny because like we were
That's
all
harsh,
complaining.
man.
We were all like, "Get the train going!" And they were like, "All right, we'll get
Yeah.
the fucking train going and scar you for the rest of your
We gotta
fucking
give the
life."
people what they want.
That's
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, like definitely was fucking. That was the one. That was definitely not the wolves. The wolves was soft. I understood that it was nature and like.
No, that is like crazy. And you know, anyone dealing with mental health stuff too. Like obviously, whenever you say these things, anyone listening, like it's not. It's like, yo, it's something you could just talk to someone about. It's like, I don't know, not to sound corny, but it's like reality and it's hard times for people in the brain. Even for me, sometimes life's really hard. And when sometimes if I'm not feeling well and then I hear things like this, it triggers me. So if anyone is listening to it, yo, we're just playing around. We're making light of a situation, but it's crazy. Yeah.
I thought about it a lot, and like he did that shit on purpose, man. Like obviously, fucking right next to the train.
That's
track.
what I
Like,
mean.
He fucking knew what he was
Crazy.
doing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an asshole move.
This guy's doing. I won't judge him. I don't know what he went through, but it's a weird thing to do, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know
no,
what's gonna
totally.
happen.
But
Yo,
anyways,
see-
let's lighten up the
Let's lighten up, yeah.
because that one was a little.
I was
bit-
about to go on some stories. and
Yeah,
like, no, it's gonna
I
get
know.
really
I know.
dark,
Let's
man.
not. This is not the
Both of us
dark
end up
dark
depressed after the
podcast.
thing. Yeah.
Let's go through some news because I did compile some news and some of it's kind of hilarious, and I kind of want to hear what your take is on some of it. And
You know what? I want to hear what your take is. That's
all
the
right.
whole thing.
So
Hold on.
this is the topic. I'll
Hold on,
tell
one
you. I'll
second,
drop the
one second.
topic. What's up?
1 second. I need a little something here. I need one of these things. You know what I mean? I need some trees. Like I need to keep it moving. Let's go. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so there's this new trend. Apparently, it's new, and I'm gonna kind of dispute this as being a new trend. But there's this new thing about people throwing stuff at artists while on stage. Have you seen this?
Yeah, that's not new. That's happened many times. Yeah, but yeah. Yes, I've
We've
seen it.
had like we have to explain.
Oh
about
no, you're
Greece.
saying like good things or bad things?
It's a mix. So basically, okay, like recently Drake had a bra thrown at him on tour.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he got all
Such a
weird
big
and
deal.
creepy and fucking pedo, and like he was like smelled it, and then he was like 36G, somebody find this woman. Here, wait. Yeah, hold on. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hilarious. But here, let's present it.
You know, because of this show, I'm like keeping up to date with what's happening. Usually,
Oh, I
have
know,
no
me
clue.
too. I wouldn't know any of this shit. Are you crazy?
I might
Okay.
have to
so
stop doing this show.
look at him. Oh god.
Locate this woman immediately.
Smelling it.
Oh, this guy's just smelling the thing. Yeah, that's okay. Those are just some biggies. These got excited. Okay.
Okay, so
I think I saw
basically-
that. I saw a tweet from some girl who said that was me, and some girl like is going viral for saying that was me. I saw that.
So that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Now, Drake again. All right. This one is actually really fucking hilarious. I thought it was pretty hilarious.
Why would you throw your purse up there? You don't have a life? You don't have like a life that you need to attend to, your ID and shit? Why would you throw this? It's a terrible idea. Here, take this back. You don't have like a work to go to tomorrow or something? You want your purse up here and shit? You really didn't think that through.
You really didn't think that through.
Hold on. I didn't understand what you meant. It's an actual thing to throw things.
Yeah.
At your fans, at the artists you like. Like if I go, I can be like, okay, boom, I got a bag of trees, throw it at. Like not take a tomato and throw it, but like throw things. Like here's a jacket.
Well,
like that. Here's my panties, not mine. Theirs. Here's
I think that's,
you know what I mean.
Maybe
here's socks.
That's what I'm saying, is that maybe that's how it started. Okay, so like throwing stuff at so someone threw their purse at Drake during his show, and he was like, "What the hell?" He's like, "That was a horrible idea." He's like, "You did not think that through."
He's almost so crazy.
He's almost a comedian right now. Like that was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. But what is this though? So the thing, eh?
Yeah, but it escalated. And it escalated in a kind of funny way. So basically, I need to find it now. I don't know where it is.
Anything to get their attention. Okay.
Well, Cardi B recently did a show, and we don't regularly talk about her very much.
I saw a small clip on that, but yeah, play it.
Yeah, so like
that's a different vibe. This is the type of throwing on stage that I'm familiar with from my era. The Cardi B style of throwing.
But there's crazy shit going on in this. Okay. I found it. So basically, she was on stage and it was really hot. Okay. And she was performing. And then she literally like told the audience, throw water on me to cool me down. And she literally is like, splash that shit right in my P word. And she's like literally encouraging the whole fans to throw water on her or whatever, right?
Okay. That part, I didn't see that part.
Nobody saw that. It just came out today. And then
someone
she starts to perform, and somebody threw their drink on her while she was like performing, and like nobody knows whether people think it wasn't water, and that's why she was pissed or whatever. But anyway, she got hit with like the drink, and she immediately throws her microphone at the fan that.
And I was wondering if she got it had good aim. Because that's a hard mic. She whipped it. And did she really get the fan or someone else?
Dude, I couldn't believe it. Okay, so first of all, when the first news broke, they were like, Cardi B throws a microphone at a fan.
It's so weird, man.
And I was like, what? Like, how are you? Like, how is
she hit
that?
the wrong girl.
I'm like, yo, that's what I wrote, actually. Like, I literally wrote, okay, this is what I wrote. I have the 3 points. 1, she most definitely doesn't have the accuracy to hit the right person from stage, okay? 2, she's throwing away some poor sound engineer's $500 wireless microphone. He's definitely not getting it back, and if he is, it's probably broken. And 3, she just threw away her only defense system for this entire situation. So if you watch the clip, after she throws the microphone, she's just standing there like an idiot without a mic. And she can't even fucking say anything or even explain why she's pissed.
Because if she had her mic, she'd still have the power because she could say shit.
Totally.
She could control the show after that.
And basically,
I feel like she means well. She's just not too intelligent, but she means well.
All the comments are like, "Yeah, Cardi, way to go! Stop fucking letting these fans throw stuff at the artist or whatever." Like, yeah, she's awesome. Like, and I was just like, no, she's not awesome at all. She threw a fucking microphone into the crowd, probably hit the wrong person, and guess what? Just came out. She hit the fucking wrong person, and they're suing. The other
Are you watching
girl,
this in real time?
yeah, the other girl who and like I called it. I literally wrote that shit down before I heard about that. And then the other girl went to the hospital, had like fucking like a got hit with the mic or whatever. And she's gonna be going to court overthrowing the microphone, I feel. And there's precedent. Skid Row, Beethoven, the guy Beethoven, he was like the lead singer of Skid Row, which was like a hardcore 80s hair band that was pretty crazy back in the 80s or whatever. And someone threw a bottle at him during one of their shows, which honestly, it's like, if you ever seen the Blues Brothers, that's, like one of the scenes is where they have the whole like crazy punk bar. Yeah, Johann Sebastian Bach, that's it. Mayo, and in the Blues Brothers, they have that scene with like the punk bar where they perform and they have like a whole thing to stop the bottles from being thrown and break before they can get to the thing. So anyways, Johann Sebastian Bach gets a bottle thrown at him on stage, and this is famous. This happened to Skid Row, and then he grabbed the bottle and he fucking got mad and he threw it in at the direction of where the bottle came from, and he ended up smashing some total random bystander in the head. And like, it was like a big thing, and there was a big court case, and he had to pay a bunch of money or whatever. No, Johann Sebastian Bach. Sorry, Mayo.
So that's what'll probably happen to her.
Your Skid Row, I would guess. But So just Sebastian. Okay. But Skid Row, they have precedent for throwing. And then I was just gonna say, you remember Grease with the throwing stuff?
Oh yeah, it was respect.
Yeah, explain that.
You remember that? Respect. Yeah, it's like psychodrama. When they'd go on stage, this is the dopest group out there, psychodrama, and when they'd go on stage and perform, they would kind of kneel down at times. Well, they kneel down, they switch times. And basically, when people throw cans on stage, it means
you're
liked
doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, if they liked your shit, not full cans, they'd have a can of beer, they'd crush it, and they'd throw it on you.
Yeah.
They'd throw it at you on stage. Like, cans would be flying. And the first time we were there, I was like, yo, what?
We got pelted with cans, man. We got pelted with cans.
And remember, I thought it was disrespectful. And then, like, Five George is like, no, it's respect here. Like, or I think George, Dimitri said it was like respect here.
Yeah. They were like, yo, no, they love you when they throw cans on stage. That's
like,
the symbol
bring on the
of
cans.
them loving it or whatever. And so, like, psychodrama, like you were saying at the beginning of their show, they'd all crouch behind the DJ set and like fans are just going nuts. There were just like hundreds of cans fucking coming out of the audience, like just falling on stage everywhere. And then they like start the beat and like do all this crazy shit. It was really dope. And so I don't know. It's this weird trending topic on Reddit and the internet right now that apparently people are blaming COVID and saying that like a large portion of the youth haven't grown up going to live shows. Isn't that insane? This COVID thing, like I that's like, it's only been like a couple of years, but then if you really think about it, if you were like 17, 18 when it broke out and you had no live shows, and then like you're like 21 or like, you know what I mean, and you haven't even like seen a live show, do you have the etiquette? Does someone need to teach you not to throw shit at your artists? Like,
no,
your purse
I think
at them?
No. What's happened was, if anything happened in these past few years, it's people's mental health. All of it just came to the forefront and spiraled out of control. Some people dealt with it, some people didn't. And that's why I think people are just wilding out of shows, because I think it's pretty much common sense. Like at 16, no one had to tell me that I don't go somewhere and throw something at people. It's like common sense. You know what I mean?
Feel it is.
You can't blame COVID. Like to me, it would be blaming COVID, the time in COVID for the mental health and the lack of like, mental health support that people need. Like that's what it is. Or else a bunch of people in a place throwing shit at each other, like, like a bunch of idiots. Like, honestly, I don't understand, So I think that's what it is. Like, you go to these rap shows. Like, I don't want to go to any of these shows. Like, it's so weird. Like, weird things happen there, man.
Like the Skid Row one, like he got like a bottle of whiskey thrown at him. Okay, like a Jack Daniels bottle or something, right? Like, that's pretty dangerous,
And that's just one person, right? That's one person who did that in the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like back then. I don't remember like that, and we didn't
just
have
picture a crazy punk show with a mosh pit and all that madness.
But I'm saying we didn't have the internet, right?
Yeah.
So if we had the internet back then, would we be thinking the same thing? Like, if we had the internet back then, that means the generation back then would probably been just as fucked up even before COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I explained all that backwards, but
that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's a COVID thing I think that's just a common sense thing that you just you go to, and like I feel like that's also a drunk thing. That might be another, like, maybe a lot of these young kids haven't learned how to drink well because a lot of bars weren't open. And then bars opened, and that's kind of like, I always just say, like, in America, you get your driver's license at 16.
I know.
And then you drive for 5 years, and then you're allowed to drink. And like all these young kids are like really confident at 21. They're like, yeah, I can fucking drive. I've driven for 5 years, whatever. You haven't drank for 5 years, buddy.
And they probably did. They probably did, but they had to hide it.
Well,
which makes it more dangerous in a way. They had to hide it. They had to drink it in places where there was their parents or whatever most likely weren't there. Sometimes they had to drink it fast. They didn't know the pace of drinking, and like they had to experiment in places where there were no cameras and houses and and anything could have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like when you're young, and if it's not a secret and you can just drink, it would be different. So drinking could be one of the things, but I still think it's mental health for a lot of it. I think people I think a lot has probably come out of people, like through fear, just through the amount of fear that's been pumped in all of us, no matter which side. If you decide to choose a side or you decide to think there's no side, wherever you stand, we've all been pumped fear. We're pumped with fear and panic and uncertainty over and over and over around the world for how long, and Mike, I think that's fucked with people's heads.
Mike makes the point. In Germany, it's the other way around. You can drink a beer at 16, and you can go in a bar at 16.
You know why?
Which I did.
I like that.
But yeah, you can't drive until, and they're driving. It's insane. Like, you have to pay so much money to drive in Germany, and like the like requirements of like how hardcore. Like, dude, you have to, like, on your driver's test, you need to like pull over on the highway and change the tire on your car. I don't know if it's still like that. I don't know if it's still like that, but like they also have like all types. And there's like, we got our graduated license like as a basis from them or whatever. Like Germany kind of like invented and pioneered.
Serious.
But it's thousands of dollars to get a license, and also you can get it taken away so fucking easily in Germany. Remember, like our boy in Ingolstadt who like got caught smoking weed in a park, and they took his license. He wasn't driving; his car was nowhere near. His car was sitting at home in the like perfectly stored in the fucking garage. And he was smoking weed like by a park bench with like no car around, and he got his license taken away.
They went to his house. Remember? They went to his house.
And took
his bong away.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
they took his license away.
Dude, you remember when we went to go smoke weed with him? He was like, "All right, let's go smoke weed." And he like took us on a journey for like 30 minutes through the underbrush. And he like pulled a bong out of like some reeds like hidden in like no tire change needed anymore. Okay. I
was paranoid when we had that blaze.
many
'cause
hours
were
of driving night and 1,500 euros for your license.
That's really expensive, and it's good that you have to drive at night. That's important. It's like, I don't know, man. I think the driving shit's crazy because let's go back to the age for a second. Yo, you know why that makes more sense? Because at 16, you now start understanding how to drink liquor without hiding. You can control your liquor. You know, when you start something, it's almost like romanticizing it. Or in the beginning, you get a video game when you're a kid.
2 years
you
to
play
get
a lot,
blackout
right?
drunk and learn what that is.
Exactly. And then not
learn
do it
what
again.
that is.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's exactly
You have 2 years to learn what being.
You said exactly what I was going to say in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no. And then after that, you get your license. Because now you know what that's like. So you're not going to get your license, be excited, and be like, well, I can drink now legally, and then get mashed, you know? And even though I started drinking, obviously, it's like when I was 13, but when I was 15, you know, I'd say like it was like easy to get liquor places. But then again, it was like getting liquor in weird places. Like it'd always be someone's house, and usually at parks or staircases. And when I look back, at that time it was cool. But when I look back, it's actually, if I look as an adult and see that, all right, look at me and my peers at that time, like as Back to the Future eyes, it's like those were children, just like children nowadays. And it's crazy that the amount of unsafe situations that we put ourselves in to hide that we're just going to have some drinks as 15, 16.
Yeah, you know? But the fact does remain that like when it's illegal at that age, it's hard to be like an alcoholic or drink like consistently. Like we used to drink on the weekends, you know what I mean? We used to like and we'd excessively drink on the weekends. Okay, you're thinking
I would be
later.
drinking.
You're thinking later.
Nah, bro, I'm drinking. I'm saying when I'm 16, going to get a Crest in the morning because I know people down there getting a $2 10% Crest, smoking the roaches from the night before, and then drinking a 40 through the ravine on the way to school.
Crest is like, for those that don't know, Crest is the worst 40. That's like
it was like $2 or $1 something.
Yeah. It was a Canadian
10% though.
Canadian staple of the homeless.
But if you drank a 40, if you drank a cold 40, then the Crest.
It was between that and Black Ice or Maximum Ice. Those two were
but that was the secret though.
That one was
you have to drink the Crest after, so you drink like a little 40, and then you chug the Crest because it doesn't taste as bad. Those are the times.
Schlitz was the other one, the bull.
That's the poor man 40 right there.
That one was decent like though. If you got it cold enough, it was
$2.95.
I remember the secret to Schlitz was like keep it in the fridge and drink it out of like a glass, because then you don't get that bottom grossness. The
every day was honestly, I used to murk OEs and St. Hydes.
The bottom of OE. Just think about the bottom of OE for a second.
I will. It's disgusting. You know what I call the bottom, right?
How many of those did you have to just fucking squeeze down?
What? What do you mean, bro? I'm a magician. You know what I used to do? You remember? You have to. I know you were at some of these house parties. Yo, I used to, when I was at the piss line. That's what you call it. When I was at the piss line. I'm not proud of it at all. That's why my stomach's been low. He got his first ulcer at 16 in Iraq. That's why I know life's been hectic. But when I'd be at the piss line of the 40, I would walk around the house party, and literally people would know. I'd go up to them like twist, like, yo, give them my bottle. They would pour a little bit of wine. Give them my bottle. They'd pour some vodka. They'd pour whatever they had. And then my piss line would be half of 40 again. But I would, but now I didn't know what I called it back then, but I called it the 1997, and I would leave every party blackout drunk. Not proud of it at all. I made the worst mistakes of my life, dude.
That's hilarious. You were like, just like,
I don't remember how I got home.
Date rape me, guys. What's up?
Yo, I don't remember how I got home half the time. I don't remember half of those years, bro. Honestly, and it wasn't like every weekend. It was like every night we're partying, right?
Alcohol's a hell of a drug.
And that's what. And back then I was like, I'm not doing anything else. That and just like trees. But yo, that later on, like that's why I had to calm down on the alcohol, man. That shit was taking control of my life. I can enjoy a beer now, though. Definitely, I can enjoy a beer. But the 97, like. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is
the 97. You got a name for it. This is fucking hilarious.
The 97. That's how you
97.
make it.
Yeah, mixing everything
I
together.
puked into the bed of hosts. I puked into the bed of hosts before, man.
Oh,
I'm so
did
sorry.
you sleep over once, Mike? Because I've had some guests like that.
Yo, do you remember when you were in Greece? When that happened with my passport,
I've
I
been that
crowd
guy, too.
surfed. You remember that? I crowd
Which
surfed.
time?
I think
you crowd
Volos.
you crowd surfed in Volos?
And
Was
then
it?
and then when I left my passport, but I got it. I was blackout drunk, but I still went and got my passport from behind the bar.
I vaguely remember that. Which show in Volos? That wasn't the park show. That was indoors.
That was indoors.
Okay, it was that one with the two stories.
You had
and
your
I had a mohawk.
You
I
had
had
a mohawk.
mohawk.
Yeah, yeah.
That KDB gave me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
sick
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I remember that show. That show was awesome. That was the show that like we did the fucking train ride, the like Apocalypse Now train ride through the
and the building was squatted too.
the unknown lands.
What do you mean?
From Serbia to Greece when we went through like Macedonia and basically took the like immigration of Syria like line into
Bro,
Greece.
it was hectic. We watched people like it was sad, like coming over the hills, just like there. Like we're looking
Yeah.
at the window, people are there looking at us. They're ready to jump on a moving train.
You remember at one point they just like rounded up everyone and
Like
like
us, too.
put them in like another car. No,
No,
not
they
us.
they looked at us and they looked at me when
Yeah.
they heard me talk too. They
Yeah.
just moved us. They moved us all. Then they rounded up all the people sneaking in to the back cart.
And
Probably
just took the car off. the
No,
train.
they probably put him in a container, like
Yeah, I
actually,
heard
and left
about
him there
that,
to
actually.
die.
Yeah, not to die, but they worked them. They worked
Yo,
them.
bro, they've been dying out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I know. They
Not
have
all
been
of
done.
them, but
That's
yeah.
not the. That's not the.
That's not the reason they're putting them
yeah,
out there, but it's like basically it's not up to par to human.
Greece,
enjoy.
yeah, is insane. There's some pretty insane shit that was happening in Greece. I don't know if it's still.
But yo, let's lighten it though. Let's lighten it. Let's go to, and yo, power to everyone. But let's lighten it. Let's go. That time.
I got some light thing. What do you
Go,
got?
go. No, you go. I was
Will
gonna go back to
Smith.
Greece.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are finishing up Bad Boys 4, and it has a release date, June 14th, 2024.
Okay. Are they
You
going
heard it here
to,
first.
Are they going to watch it?
Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
Is anyone going to watch it? Because he's been heavily canceled, bro.
Oh, I know, but I'm gonna watch it for Martin Lawrence, man. That
I'm
guy hasn't
gonna
made a
watch it.
movie. That guy hasn't made a movie in a while, man.
I have no problem with Will Smith, man. He they're two men. They dealt with something. What's wrong with
Oh
everyone?
man, and
Yeah.
people forget he's
Got a
a
situation.
rapper from Philly.
Yeah,
He'll slap
born
the
and
shit
raised.
out of you if you talk about his wife.
Bro, on the playground is where he spent most of his days, man.
I know
Yeah,
he spent most of his days on the
Yeah.
playground
Chilling out,
in
relaxing.
Philly.
Yeah.
That's not like yeah.
Up to no good. Yo, it's not making trouble in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yo, remember you got in one little fight? And his
Yeah,
mom got
and his
scared,
mom
man.
got scared. I was
He sent him to his make his fucking name. Yo, cockled. Yo, Holly Weirdwood. Yo, honestly, those guys all need to be banned. They're all weird. Yo, but I just know that
Yeah.
he is so bad.
He
It's
keeps it real
crazy.
though.
Let's talk about. I don't know if we can talk about
Dude,
bad
that was the
people. Like
craziest
Kanye.
thing.
Kanye's banned for life.
Oh, dude, he's in the news too. That's the next news article. I just skipped it
Psychic
because you
things are
wanted some.
happening.
You wanted
Because we're gonna
something
talk about
positive.
Twitter after.
So I was like, Bad Boys is positive. Everybody loves Bad Boys.
Let's go to this, and then remember we got to talk about. Yeah, let's go. Hit him.
But what were you gonna say about Kanye?
Oh no, just about him being canceled. Like it's been crazy for this guy.
Well, he just made it in the news again today, or yesterday, or this week.
Okay, 'cause you got for Twitter, right?
No, the FBI is probing into his presidential campaign. And because his campaign it's ridiculous. His campaign manager isn't American, and like that's like it's not an American citizen. And apparently that's like illegal. Like you can't have somebody like that high up in your presidential campaign that's like
That makes sense, though.
not
That actually
American.
makes sense. This ain't the New World Order. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense, but it's like unbelievably ridiculous that like he wouldn't know that or think about that.
He might know it.
And then the other part that's like hilarious is this dude. Like I didn't know who he was. This guy Milo Yiannopoulos. That's the dude. He's like a UK citizen, obviously of Greek descent, I'm guessing, because Yiannopoulos is very
very
Greek. But yo, this dude, I was like looking into him, and like they were like he's like some alt-right like mouthpiece journalist of like all these like alt-right type news sites and shit. Used to work for Breitbarts and stuff. And I'm like, I started reading about his thing, and like, dude, he's more confused. Like, Kanye couldn't have picked a better person to manage his campaign because he's absolutely even more confused in life than Kanye is, actually, which is hard. That's a hard thing to do. So I'll just sum it up for you. He's completely gay, but he's hardcore right wing and hates gay people and gays. Yeah, no. He's Jewish, but he's anti-Semitic. And what else was it? There was something else. It was a trifecta of like.
Basically, he hates himself, and he needs therapy. He hates himself. He needs therapy.
He's married to a man, and then he was like, "I'm no longer gay anymore. I'm ex-gay, and my roommate he's been demoted to roommate." And talking about his husband or whatever. Apparently,
okay, this guy's a weirdo, man.
Yeah, no, he fits perfectly into the Kanye whole thing. But anyways, so this is the guy that they're like probing, and so it's probably not a coincidence.
Yeah,
which is kind of like hilarious. Yeah, no.
Honestly, I just think that's the weirdest shit ever. It's like, okay, first of all, I'm not voting. Even if I lived in the States, I wouldn't vote there. Here, I'm not voting for any of these assholes. It's like, but I don't know. That is kind of weird. I feel like he's probably doing it. If he knows that's what he's doing, and I think he does, it's like, yo, that's kind of fucked up. And it's just a bunch of people who hate. Like, see what I mean? It's a bunch of broken people who hate themselves that don't know what to do, and they're mad, and they're gonna take it on the world.
Yeah,
like that's what this is. A bunch of people that just hate themselves and like, I'm so frustrated today, and they wake up stomping their feet, and they don't know I'm gonna kill people, and like that's
pretty
what
much
do.
Kanye's whole campaign. Kanye's campaign like died before it started, man. Like nobody took that shit seriously, and actually, that's what I was reading was like. He had the least amount of donations like ever.
Yeah.
Like his fund or something raised like $120,000 and 100,000 of it was his.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, that is something like that.
Well, that's what I mean. Like every time he's like, yo, he can have people to help. It's like, yeah, he always messes it up. And I guess that's his journey. Do what you do, but stop trying to run, like fix your life, bro. Like honestly, like people need like work on yourself, brother Kanye. If you are watching this ever in life somehow, you got to just work on your own life and stop trying to like think you could run others and run a world or country or anything. Fix yourself. Deal with your mental health, bro. Become powerful. Become as powerful as you can be as a human.
Oh, I'm not even subscribed.
You know? Get your soul back.
Pharaoh Monch, External Affairs. This is the preview. Oh yeah, I'm so down. I'm so down.
Crazy.
Dude, he's like us. He doesn't release a lot of albums. He literally released Internal Affairs and then that War album, which was actually pretty good. And then like I guess this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm like Soldier Boy.
2023. Classified information that changes everything that I believe about you are hearing this. You have been ordained or genetically predisposed to receive this information.
This is a weird preview for an album.
Here's a warning.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm stoked, man.
Yo, that's gonna be amazing. You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah.
Unless you had a topic, that reminds me of something quick.
What does it remind you of?
Yo, we're really an idiocracy where it doesn't even matter if they finally reveal aliens to us or whatever it is. They're talking about it so much publicly, and no one gives a shit. All there are memes out there. It's just a bunch of memes. Yo, it's crazy. We're in the craziest time ever. Like,
so you want to talk about the alien extraterrestrial hearing that they had in Congress or whatever?
Yes. Let's play something.
Do you want to play something about with the that guy?
I don't have anything.
The burly dude. That burly dude is like saying all this stuff.
Yo, what do I?
Yeah, no,
search
I've been
for?
following it.
We'll
I've
find
been
it
following
again.
it.
You're better at playing these.
Yeah, man. Stephen Greer, fuck that guy. I'll be the first one to fucking say that shit. And that other idiot. What's that other dude? Fucking, he's on
Marak.
The other guy's not as bad. Oh man, what's that guy's name?
Yo. Oh my. Yo, bro, all I know is that, they're telling us some crazy shit and no one gives a shit at all.
This is the burly dude.
Who?
But I can't play these things from like News Nation and all this shit, man. You know what? I'll play Some Ordinary Gamer because we like that guy.
Yeah. Man. Yes, Ordinary Gamer. What up, man? The
Yeah,
aliens, X Twitter. You know, with Musk, you got Musk like changing Twitter's name to X, and then all of his tweets, everyone's tweets now, it says from Earth. For
From
the past
Earth?
little while, yeah, it says from Earth.
All right, so here, let's watch some Mudahar because he's from Toronto and I like him and I watch his channel all the time. And he covered this, and then we can talk about it.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and today the government confirmed UFOs are
I recognize
real,
that Subway
and they
Cup.
have possessions of them. You might be wondering, whoa, Muda, what happened?
Yo, look at this guy's
You
voice.
probably got a notification from my channel. 18,000
I
people
swear your
watched
cousin
me
knows
look at
this
the
guy.
UFO hearing, ladies and gentlemen.
Probably.
For those of you who don't know, today,
Ian?
literally at 10
You think
o'clock
he does?
Eastern Standard Time, we actually had the first, one of the big UAP disclosures. So UAPs, you all know, are anonymous phenomena. Unidentified aerial phenomenon is what it is, right? You've also got USOs, which are like submerged phenomenon, and so on and so forth. Now, a bunch of politicians ended up getting together and questioning three individuals. Three of them, one of them you may know very well. Now, one of them was Mr. Graves. One of them was
This
Mr.
guy,
Grush.
Mr.
I'm sure
Grush.
as many of you know. And one of them was a former commander, Fravor,
his face.
retired at this moment. And these are individuals
He's
that were
holding his
brought in
thumb.
front of
He's sitting like this.
to discuss UAPs and whatnot. Now, unfortunately, if you were watching the stream this morning with me, the problem with this UAP disclosure is the government really didn't want these guys talking, because most of their answers to the juicy stuff was, I can't discuss this unless it's behind closed hearings. That was one of the actual answers. The other one was, simply that they could actually be charged, arrested for leaking confidential information in regards to national defense, which any juicy question that was asked, all that these guys could say was,
All they're doing is, this is all part of it.
We might be able to talk about it from a hypothetical standpoint, but discussions,
It's still like a different
they have to be
preparation.
kind of
Who
limited.
knows what they're going
So
to do,
obviously that was most
I have
of
a
the
lot of
discussion,
different,
and I
like,
think for a lot of the people
things that
walking
could be
around in the UFO Reddits, kind of knew that this was going to be the case. Like, we knew that we weren't
his
going to
channel's
be shown
good. Seriously, you should check it out.
videos
He
of
always
aliens,
is
okay?
on some new
This
shit.
wasn't going to be the XCOM debriefing.
And he
But
loves
I
aliens.
guess some of us were just a little bit let down. That isn't to say that there aren't some cool highlights that come from the situation.
Cool highlights.
For
I
instance,
wanna
we
see
were
them.
told that there is a deep state agency that could actually be harming our friends
on these lines?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing anything that may help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and
awesome.
very unfortunate. Some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite frank. Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. As they say, when you're over the target, that's when they do the most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed
the CIA, buckos. He directed people towards actual law enforcement agencies or groups that could help them without facing reprisal. As Grush claims, there is an active reprisal investigation. So whoever these like gang of agencies are, which shall not be named, are actually hunting down people that are going out to leak the truth, so to speak. Now, what was really wild is when the government confirms UFOs exist. Listen to this one.
This one's crazy.
How do you know that these were not our aircraft?
Some of the behaviors that we saw in a working area, we would see these objects being at 0.0 Mach, that's zero airspeed, over certain pieces of the ground. So what that means, just like a river, if you throw a bobber in, it's going to float downstream. These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds.
What?
These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach. And they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
So what
That's pretty interesting to hear because you always hear that in these UFO videos or whatever. But that's directly like a government employee saying that shit.
And they've been saying this. If you think about it, so 2020, they spoke about it before. Obviously, many times they brought it up, but in 2020 they were bringing up a lot of things, and it's one of the things they brought up, and they stopped talking about it. It's like they keep talking about this, and right now, honestly, man, I don't think. Let's just have a fun conversation. Do you think we're the only ones that exist?
Well, you know what? Farther on in this video, kind of skeptic dude kind of starts talking, and like Mudahar likes him. He's like, "Yo, this is the dude asking the fucking questions or whatever," and like it's kind of a good point. And he's like, really, like these amazingly advanced, like, civilization is like visiting Earth all the time, and like kidnapping us and like doing experiments, and then they're like shitty enough to crash on our fucking planet like after navigating like the entire universe.
What if they're not crashing and they're getting shot down, or like they're getting trapped, or they just showed up and they didn't actually crash? And you know what I mean? It could be either of those,
Well, like, man, if you really want to get into a hardcore, when I took astronomy, there's this thing called the Drake equation, which
we're talking about William Cooper after though. Time out. I'm gonna shut up after this, but I read his whole Behold a Pale Horse.
Yeah,
and I bought it more than 3 times. Always gave it away, and that's some real shit.
Well, so basically, the Drake equation is basically talking about radio signals and like how fast they're coming out of Earth or whatever, and like polluting space, basically, alerting anyone that's reasonably intelligent and can detect radio signals to our existence, right? And we've been creating these radio signals since like, the 60s, or even actually, no, the 40s in reality. With Hitler's broadcast of the Olympics, I think was the first one that went out into space. So, like we've been basically polluting our area of space with radio waves, and any civilized, like, scientifically advanced civilization would be able to detect that, and possibly send back a response. And the calculations have kind of come back that like we would have heard from them in like the 80s or some shit. If there was like anyone in our solar system. Like they would definitely know we're here, in other words, if they were in our solar system. And then so Carl Sagan is basically the dude who says they know we're here, they're ignoring us on purpose because we're minuscule and like they don't want to interfere the same way that we don't want to like interfere with like, you know, small civilizations in like complete remote areas on islands. You know what I mean? We don't want to introduce, you know, the gods must be crazy Coke bottle into the mix, right?
Yeah.
So like basically, yeah, according to this idea, you know, it's either they know we're here and they're ignoring us, or they're not there, at least in our solar system. Now that's a big caveat because space is a lot bigger than that.
What do you think about dimensions?
Well, one cool idea, which no one ever talks about and is totally fringe, is that there is another planet on the exact opposite side of the sun that is in exactly the same orbit as the Earth, but across, and like it's always behind the sun for us, basically, in life, and that we never discovered it, and it just exists there, and that's where the aliens are. Or there's the planet X Nibiru idea, where there's a, you know, some sort of planet that's in a crazy orbit that only comes every once in a while, but that doesn't really make sense because then you have to live on like Pluto for like 90% of your life, or like your existence, which is like an inhospitable environment completely. So I don't like the Nibiru idea at all, because like, yeah, you can't fucking live on a planet like that has such a crazy orbit.
Yeah, no, so I feel you, but there's a lot of things I feel like that we don't even know, man. Like I feel like a lot of things that we do know a lot of things, but science, even science and shit. Well, this has nothing to do with science though. But never mind. I'm talking shit right now.
It definitely does, but like, yeah. So to answer your question, whether aliens exist, it's like, I think they're far.
Yo.
Are they listening?
Sorry. No, I gotta kind of make a move. I gotta end this. I think these people think they're staying tonight.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think I fucked up. Let me get ready quick.
All right, we're gonna watch the rest of this video. You get ready.
Sorry, everyone.
Pilot here is effectively telling you is there were actual aircraft that in the most intensive conditions were operating in methods that our actual present day aircraft couldn't do. So I guess the implication here is that these are not situations, these are not like systems or weird drones designed. These actually have pieces of technology, stabilization technology, that is far more advanced than anything that we have created if it's operating at these speeds. And of course, defying how we understand physics to be. So that's a pretty big claim right there. Now, what if I told you there were bodies, non-human bodies? Listen to this one.
Intelligent extraterrestrials.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Actual bodies?
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
This guy
And was
crazy.
this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
So when he's talking about a skiff closed hearing, that's where they can discuss this stuff.
Okay, so we're talking about a craft that they recovered supposedly and has biologics inside the craft. Okay, so, and that they were non-human. That's insane. And like, to me, I don't understand like how that's even possible. So yeah, craft with biologics was biologics. I don't know how he said it. He said biologics, something like that. Biological.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't even here for that, but yeah, like what the guy said during the time.
Yeah, he
with
said that they recovered a craft and
with
it had
biological
biology.
as well. All I can
Yeah,
say. Yeah, all I can
and
say that had biology.
and it wasn't human. And yeah, no, this is
But
all
biology
under
could
oath.
be anything.
This is all under oath in a hearing for like, yeah. So apparently this is real. So with
But
that all
biology
being,
can be a lot, though. It can be way. You know what? Biology is so broad. Like,
so
what do you mean?
basically, like the only thing that like, okay, I'm gonna have to go with Carl Sagan on this because it's like if we're finding actual craft for realsies, then like they've got to be in our solar system, you know, like unless they're like.
But what do you think
really-
about traveling? What do you think about dimensions and shit? Like, you know, and that's the thing. Like, these are things like you could probably even break it down in a way where I can't. You know what I mean? And I might not get. But
well, they're either traveling.
I can speak about it in
crazy
theory. You know what I mean?
distances.
Dimensions in theory.
They're either traveling crazy distances or
Yeah.
they've like kind of ignored us and think we're minuscule,
Or
or
they're time travelers.
the entire world is involved in some sort of weird conspiracy covering them up like Men in Black. But like that one seems like the most unreasonable to me. Like maybe if some people like this guy know, you know what I mean, for real. But like it's not for sure that that's like yeah, I don't think that that's, I don't know, man. But then okay, let's keep going. Fucking
with, I guess, without reprisal or things being so public,
I want to get to the
record that
part
he's going to
where
get tried from the government, you know, for leaking classified national defense information.
he's
to the
talking
public.
about the good.
So
yeah,
again,
I think it's
under
this
oath,
dude.
he's basically confirmed there are
Yeah.
dead bodies, dead Lamaus. Biologics have confirmed non-human Lamaus were in the craft and they are dead and in possession. That is a pretty big claim. Okay, that's probably
pretty
some of the
fucking
biggest
huge.
bombshells out there. Now, of course, everything else that was discussed in the
actually
situation was
mind-blowing.
kind of mostly about other UAP scenarios. Like, for instance, this Tic Tac flying object just out of San Diego. This one was
Yeah,
actually mentioned
you know
a few
about
too
the
many
Tic Tacs,
times for my
right?
liking. And realistically, I
Flying
don't think
Tic
this
Tacs.
ever really went anywhere. They were just really kind of grilling these guys about the.
I kind of like the Tic
effectively
Tac
what
ones
happened during the
because
day of
like
that training
everyone
regiment.
who lies
Now, what's
talks
even
about
wilder
sponsors.
is we've got
I'm
a
pretty
Exactly.
dad from Missouri coming in.
No,
Now,
but
this
I
is
like
Eric
this
guy.
Burleson, okay?
Yeah, this guy.
This
Eric-
is the
Eric
U.S.
Burleson.
representative from Missouri 7th Congressional District. Do you know where Missouri is? If not, watch this show called The Ozarks on Netflix, okay? That's pretty much the highlights of Missouri right there. Anyways, that said, though, this guy came up and started asking the questions you and I wanted to ask. So we're going to go listen to this one and have a good time.
And I'm pretty skeptical. I don't trust anything in this town. And
I don't trust anything
and
in
so
this town.
and I think that's because I'm from Missouri. You've got to show me, right? With that being said, there's been a lot of things that have been said in the public, Mr. Grush, and so I want to get down to, if we can, some specifics, right? So at one point you had said that there has been harmful activity or aggressive activity. Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured, and the activity. And I got
by UAPs or by people within the federal government.
Both.
Oh, the government's your enemy and the Alamaus. There ain't no win right there. All of this said under oath. That's a pretty good question right there.
Okay, so there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
Okay. One of my constituents actually sent this next question, and I figured I'd ask it since I had the same
This
thought.
guy kills
You've
it.
said that the U.S. has intact spacecraft. You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
Oh shit.
Down on a man. Yeah, see, you got
Sorry.
it.
Um,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what these guys were talking about earlier here, man. It's like, yeah, exactly. We don't really know anything, and it's hard to explain these things. We're just figuring it out. Like, because once any type of alien actually is, once we're like, yes, there is an alien guaranteed, we're gonna stop talking about this is it. Look,
Yeah.
and at that time, everything we know,
Yeah,
won't matter anymore. We're gonna almost have to start all over.
Well, I'm still mind blown that they're actually like saying that this actually happened for real.
I believe in aliens for a long time, bro. I don't know. I believe it.
Man, I remember like me and Paul came up with this really cool idea back in the day where like aliens weren't
be us.
actually aliens. They were just humans from the future.
No, hold
far
on.
in the future that they invented time travel to go back in time.
Nah, that's a theory. See,
Well-
even if you guys thought about it, that's something that many people. That's a theory out there. Like that's what I mean when I
Yeah.
say I believe in aliens. I believe like it doesn't have to just be what everyone like paints an alien to look like. It could be us. It could be that's what I mean. I'm speaking of different dimensions, different time. So it's like I see that being a possibility. This future travelers,
Serious.
space.
Have you ever seen some crazy stuff out in the out in Wisconsin after 50 years of I feel like there's a lot of stars out there and that might be a UFO hotspot.
Yup. Probably is.
But yeah,
some
no, it
stories
definitely
building coming out
MG makes a point here on Twitter on Twitch. And it does make me wonder what news they're actually covering up. Like I've never been a big UFO guy. I'm a big space guy. I love space. But like the first course I took in university was actually called the Search for Extraterrestrial Life. It was like, that was like one of my first electives in university other than music. And it was specifically like based on how we would look for life. Like the whole course basically was just kind of like, and what I realized was like the way that we do it is kind of stupid. Like we literally just take Earth as the example for life in the universe. And we base everything on Earth. And so we're
Facts, I
looking
know.
for like Earth-like shit, stars that are close, around the same distance as from the sun, from their star as Earth, or with similar gravity. But like my professor at the time, he definitely said like, "Yo, all of this is cool, but like, if we discover some sort of like, non-carbon based life form, it throws all of that out the window." So yeah, it's really crazy. So who knows, man? They might not even like operate. That was another thing. What if they don't operate on our like wavelength at all? Like they're not even like, like they're everywhere right now. Like maybe there's a whole alien city right now.
That's what I'm
like,
saying, though, right
on
here
Earth.
on the same dimension. It's a different dimension right
Yeah.
here. And they can go in and out. There's so many different things that can happen. Like, I think every imaginative and I think every option or possibility that we imagined is
Yeah.
actually possible. Every single one of those can be possible. I would love in my lifetime if I could see it. And I don't believe everything is evil. I think the fear is always pushed out, but I think there has to be good and bad. I think everything does have balance. So
now
I want the good
if I
ones
was
to come.
to
Theorize.
theorize,
No, hold on. I want them to
Yeah.
come here and just be like, bring me to your leader. And I'm gonna bring them to the leaders, and they can just bun them out one time.
well,
That's it, I'm
honestly,
good.
if I'm gonna theorize where aliens could possibly be living that are like intelligent, that visit us all the time, it's like pretty much the dark side of the moon, the dark side of the sun, which isn't dark, but it's just the opposite side of the sun always. And then like some of the crazy moons, but like most of those would be like weird water-based animals that wouldn't be smart enough to like travel in spacecraft and like fucking do all types of crazy shit. But maybe they could. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man, I can't get down with the fact that they're like coming here all the time. Like the amount is definitely way less than the reports. Okay, we can all agree on that, right? Like,
What do you mean?
People make up shit about seeing UFOs. 90% of it is made up.
I feel like they've been here from time, and I don't know if 90% of it's made up. I feel like a lot of people. I feel like they've been here from time. I feel like they are here. And but I don't know if 90% of it's made up. I don't know. I don't know.
Even if 90%, no, like people are arguing that 100% of it is made up. Okay, so like to me, even
I feel like I've seen shit
for me
more
to
than once. Yeah,
that it's 90% is already like saying that, you know, like 10% of UFO sightings is still like a ton, man. Like
I think a lot more, man.
Why is it always bumblefuck Iowa? Is a fucking great point that FG makes, and that
it's energy points. It's places that have
yeah, and
that have these powerful ley lines, man. That's why on Salt Spring Island, when I was there with Ark, this is a good one. Ark, Kaseb, Ali Dahesh, and a bunch of other people from Salt Spring Island who are still good people of mine. Like we've chilled on a mountaintop, and all of us that one night seen over a dozen unidentified flying objects that move mad weird.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, we've seen weird shit in the sky that was moving weird. It wasn't
I've seen some weird shit, but usually it's like like I don't know, man.
And the thing is, it was me, it was myself, and a bunch of people, like over a dozen people, and we were all like, they're all like, you know, there's some of them are teachers, they're normal humans.
You remember in Alberta when we were dropping lost off and we ran out of gas, and then we saw a guy who had just seen a UFO? That's the closest I've been.
Yeah, I believe him.
Yo, it was kind of crazy. We were like, we ran out of gas on the highway, and so we were walking with like a gas can to the like gas station that we had Googled or whatever, and we're walking with the gas thing, and like this dude literally bolts out of his house in his like bathrobe, and he has his camera. He's like, yo, look up. And we're like, what? Or whatever. Like, what are you talking about? And then like, he literally was like, yo, I've got it right here. And he like pulled out his phone. He showed us the video of like these lights in the sky. Like, and he was like, I just took this like 30. He's like, I ran out here to see it better or whatever and get better footage. And I don't know if we were being pranked, because he was like in a bathrobe.
He was serious. You can feel like the urgency in him, like when he came out, his eyes, everything. He was serious. Yeah, no, that was
and Mike actually makes a point in that's what the fear is people losing their complete religion based on the fact that aliens exist, right?
Yo, that's what I was gonna say about science earlier. Exactly.
Hindu religion's okay. Yeah.
No, Hindu religion is perfect with our blue gods and our giants, with our, you know what I mean, with our chariots in the sky. But
totally.
But it's like, sorry if I cut you off, man. I'm just getting hype on it. But no, I definitely believe that, man. It's like science. That's why certain things in science and certain things they tell us have to be limited. Even artifacts they find, it's like, it's because the Earth, it's because it will, you know what I mean? It'll contradict the Christian timeline, you know? And it just is like that often, to be honest. And it's like, it's not like one is wrong or one is right. Like timelines could have been whatever. You just got to look at it again, and it's fine. Maybe the numbers are wrong, but that doesn't mean people's beliefs are wrong. That's cool. What their religion could be real, whatever. But there's a lot of science and a lot of things like this that will never be real. They'll never give us the real amount. They'll never really tell us how old the Earth is. That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
And I agree with MG too. Like, I'm a skeptic, and like, why don't we have lots of good footage? But that's why I'm saying that, like, I think the amount of UFOs is very, very small, and that possibly the US has found maybe one in like the history of their existence. And
That's what you
that,
think?
yeah, and I think 99.98% of the reports are bullshit, because if you really think about it, it's like, if we want to send like a probe to like, you know, like Jupiter or some shit, or like a moon of Jupiter, it takes us like fucking 20 years to plan it, come up with the materials proper, like then other shit gets invented. In the meantime, we have to change it. You know what I mean? And then
That's true. And cameras are everywhere too.
And we spend millions and millions of dollars or billions of dollars. And also the other thing of like the crash landing, it's like, yeah, we will crash land. Like Voyager is not going to be able to take a fucking shot from a F-16. These spacecraft are usually really flimsy and really, you know, destructible and easily fuck up a lot, as we've seen with Challenger and Apollo 13 and all the other failures in or SpaceX, numerous problems with their launches and stuff. So yeah, but the cool thing is that Artemis, I'm really looking forward to this mission. It's called Artemis, and it's basically sending humans farther away than we've ever been in space ever from Earth, where they're basically slingshotting around the moon to the dark side, and basically at that point they're going to be the farthest humans away from Earth in the history of mankind, which is really cool. And that's happening like this year. And then the next mission after that is to actually land people on the moon.
I know.
Which,
it's crazy,
depending on who you talk to, might be the first time humans have landed on the moon. There's a lot of skepticism as to whether
but I'm still
the
going
missions in the 60s were actually for real.
No,
We're
gonna be like, I believe like that. To me, all that, I don't even know all that either, but I'm gonna go back to aliens, and I will say that there's no way that we're the only ones here. It makes no sense. I feel like if people have seen shit, a lot of people that have seen shit are just actually deemed crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the problem.
Until things are normalized, like everything's deemed crazy, and then it becomes normal. Right now, things that people are talking about used to be crazy conspiracy shit back in the day. Right now, everything, what the masses, what they think about what the government's doing and all this stuff and the doctors are doing. It used to be considered crazy conspiracy shit, but it isn't anymore. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, if you look at Hindu, that's another reason. Again, Hinduism.
Yeah, Hindu.
Like the proof of Hinduism from these stories of blue giants and chariots in the sky. There's physical proof. There's radiation on the ground in places where we always talk about here. It's like where you can still how's there radiation on the ground back then if there wasn't no alien stuff? If there wasn't alien stuff, that means it was just Hindu gods. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because there's still places with radiation right where they speak about these Hindu stories, with the great
it's surprising though how much like radiation there is just on Earth in general, like just in like fucking day-to-day everything, like just normal rocks, like rocks are radioactive, like almost all rocks are radioactive to some degree, like a little bit.
Well,
it's really crazy.
But I'm saying if it actually pinpoints the location, and that's where the radiation is from the stories back then. It's like, that's crazy to me. Like there's a bridge between India and Sri Lanka that they went and they studied it. There's a documentary about it that it couldn't have been naturally formed. And it's a bridge that both religions speak about, that Islam speaks about and Hinduism speaks about. So it's really crazy that to me that but then again, that's just my opinion, right? And I just look at it, but it's because of all these years of man,
it's harder and harder to be a skeptic right now, especially with this new shit coming out.
Aren't we idiots though? Look at us. Look at what we've done to this world. Aren't we idiots? Honestly, aren't we intelligent idiots? We're not that intelligent if all we do is destroy what we need, right? And as a society, we're so. We're not intelligent enough to be.
That's my problem is that we don't know what intelligence is, and we don't know this artificial intelligence thing is not real intelligence. I've been trying to say that for a long time. Is that This is just like, yeah, we're like emulating, but there's no way for us to actually know if something is actually intelligent, because we can't even tell if there's intelligence in humans. Like, we can't gauge how smart someone is between two people. It's impossible. You can't put a number on that shit. And like, you know, and it's like, you could say someone's a dumbass, but like they might be smart in other things, you know.
Artificial intelligence is coding, man.
Yeah, and it's just a respond react type thing, and it's very hard to tell. Like, it's the same way that we're dealing with like animals. We don't know if they're like how intelligent they are, because we can't really gauge the intelligence. It's really, really hard. We can come up with tests and stuff, but it's not
Video
really
games
like,
when you're playing. When you're playing CPU, it's artificial intelligence.
yeah,
You know what I
totally.
mean? Like,
Yeah, no, we're not really getting real AI yet. And like, actually, the guy that I want to bring on the podcast, Stephen Harnad, he's like a professor of AI.
I'm gonna prepare my brain for that conversation.
Yeah, and
That's
I want to
gonna be
get him
dope.
on because he really talks about AI in depth, and he's like, you need a body for real intelligence, you know, because you need eyes to actually learn stuff. You need, like, you know, hands to manipulate and learn how things work, like actually learn, you know what I mean, instead of be told.
But that's not far though. They have bodies. They have bodies
Yeah.
with AI, right?
No,
Already.
totally.
So that's the thing.
But they're not learning like that. They're learning from like the internet and shit.
Yes,
and,
yes,
like,
exactly.
predetermined things that we're
Yeah.
teaching them.
And they can scrape internet shit. It's like ChatGPT. You can tell them to scrape a site for you. But look, another thing.
Yeah.
Back to one thing. Aliens again. Yo, we don't back to intelligence. Actually, the thought of intelligence, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we don't even. And I was looking it up because I always forget the number because I'm not intelligent enough. Maybe. No, I'm just joking. I'm bad at memorizing numbers and shit.
Yeah,
but
everyone is.
But over here it says 10%. I feel like it was more, unless we got dumber and like everything.
90% of stats are made up on the spot,
Okay, so I'm gonna make up whatever stat right now.
including that one.
But, yo, 10% right here. It's saying 10% of our brains is what we use. It's like, yo, are we idiots? Like, I feel like there has to be. We can only use 10% of this thing.
It's a deceptive fucking idea, that whole 10% thing, man.
Well,
because
yeah,
we use different parts at different times, depending what we're doing. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
but who can use it all?
Well, like, we never really
Like,
need
can
to
someone
use
use it all at the same time?
But like, what would you be doing?
That's the whole thing. Maybe
something
flying through
mathematical,
space.
something artistic, and something
Maybe
like...
flying through space. Maybe like creating formulas that can, like, you know what I mean, and just.
Well, you know, like, there are certain parts of the brain devoted to certain tastes, right? So if you eat something that's salty, you're using that part of the brain that says salt, right? But if you eat something sweet, you're using the sweet part, which doesn't necessarily is the same as the salt one. Now, I don't know if that's exactly how it works because I'm not a fucking brain surgeon or a brain scientist, but I'm assuming it's kind of like that, where like
I'm just saying.
And like, we have the left and right brain, right? Like, we have the artistic side that stimulates more when we're doing artistic and creative.
But that means
shit.
that means one side is still not being used 100% though.
But do we need to use basically what I'm saying is, like, do we need to use our
don't-
salt receptors while we're eating smart things?
We don't as
I mean,
humans.
smart things, sweet things.
We don't as humans, the lower species on this planet, the lower species on this universe. We don't need to use 10. Just like
and
other
sour.
animals out there don't need to have
They
opposing
eat
thumbs.
sweet and sour. Yeah, no, I think it is your tongue, but I was just saying that there's probably receptors in your brain devoted to like different things, but like, you can think about it in different ways. Like, okay, you're thinking about this specific thing, then you're using this memory
I agree with you.
and then you're accessing a different memory when you think about something else or something like that or whatever.
Nah,
Hence,
man.
skiing off the roof.
Yeah. No, honestly, man, I agree with you 100%, but I'm just saying there has to be something out there that does use more than 10% at one time.
Yeah.
And they know why they do
I think
that.
it's called
We don't. We're not smart
DMT. I think it's
know?
called DMT.
And even that, man, that's maybe as close as we can get to a level like when we have
MG makes a perfectly good point. Look at orca
psychedelics.
brains. They're so wrinkly.
They are. This guy has lots of good points. I like this guy.
He's my buddy I play Tarkov with.
They drop you mad points all the time.
Which I have to get on soon. Right?
Well, basically,
I got
believe in-
Obladosu, bro.
Basically, I believe in aliens, man. And when they're down here, you guys could do whatever. But yo, I'm gonna be talking to these guys. I'm gonna bring them to the leaders out there, and they're gonna have to answer. Cause yo, I'm gonna be out there, man, and
I'm really liking my new theory
I'm
of
starting a band.
The second Earth is behind the sun in perfect orbit, exactly at the same orbit as Earth, but it just does this, right? And so like we never see it ever. I don't know if that even works. I wish I knew a better, like I wish I knew if that would actually work. That there's a second
We're
Earth
not even real.
exactly
It's all done
behind the sun and we can never detect it. Would that work? We'd probably detect the radio signals.
I don't know. All I know is this: we are just like a bunch
Yeah, we
of
totally would.
we are
I
just
just did the math right there.
You figured it all out.
Yeah, because like if they shot a radio signal and then the Earth moved just enough to get around the sun, like we'd still see. Yeah, doesn't work. There's no another Earth on the other side of the sun. Scrap
Honestly,
that
man,
whole shit. Scrap that whole idea.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
done.
bad
All the
idea.
ideas are done. The main
Damn
idea
it.
we need to remember is that it doesn't matter. We can't even figure our own backyards out. So none of this really matters at the end of the day. And I just want to eat mangoes, and I don't give a shit.
I'm so fucking down with
or anything
mangoes.
else because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Aliens or no aliens, it's like they were always going to be surrounded by like weird human beings, and that's the issue. So never born, never died is the thing. I don't know how many times you come back into this flesh, but once we leave this flesh, I think that's probably like the most peaceful time. That's probably going to be the most peaceful time. And if that isn't, shit, this is going to suck forever. But I'm going to make a move, bro.
You're going to make a move?
Yeah, I got to make a move out of here. I got to get ready. So today's the last night.
All right.
And I got to fix this place up. We're almost done. What is this?
Apollo Brown, Fillmore Green. I don't really know who he is, but it's dope.
Yeah, let's run this and then fireside chats.
I don't really know this guy, but obviously I know Apollo.
It's a Will Gill
Brown's
film.
So sick. This beat, he's always so good, man.
Honestly,
He's one of my
I
favorite
love
producers.
Apollo Brown.
Yeah, man.
Me too, man. I could freestyle to Apollo Brown beat for hours.
To the average, no better
just
place.
always has this
These are the
melodic
days of our lives, wishing for
dope
better
shit.
days. Dice games is gone. If you heavyweight, bet the safe. All my niggas grinding in the same clothes from yesterday.
Chicago
Crime paid, stuck in the
Blackhawks.
maze until I levitate. Let them hate. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting better pay. Yellow page, government wage. Smoking, I meditate. They hit my
When
nigga
was this
mail
guy
with
shot down? I
38.
don't
He
know.
got a better date. From robberies to larcenies, our parents did it. Probably the apple fell right under the tree. We get it honestly. Street pharmacies, hookers hooking where the commas be. Anomalies, oddities, question marks where the fathers be. We on the road like we never had a pot to pee. I
One of my
look up in the
favorite
sky and
joints is
see these
Apollo
black
Brown,
clouds follow me.
Razcast,
It gotta be
and,
blurring the vision for every god to see. I'm stuck to that
Sean
Ave
Price.
like the lines when you cross the street.
More crime Apple.
Like today is my last. I get cash and struggles like a damn with an ass. We gotta get this money, man. Like today is my last. I get cash and struggles
Yo,
like
Miz,
a
I
damn
just
with an
bought a
ass.
26 foot. How come I don't get invited to the 26 foot travel trailer, man? I'm way more down with that type of shit than Miz, man.
Nah,
He just talks shit. I'll fucking drive that trailer. Fuck.
I won't drive it. I'll hang out in it
Instead
though.
of teaching stocks, they was teaching us how to squeeze a shoe. Big and 9-2. Gotta hustle cause I need the loot. Need juice? Get some
really
bananas, homie. Squeeze a
I'm
fruit.
down, though.
Do or die life in the shy. It's either
Bro,
me or
I
you.
camp as
Set
much
of
as I
gold
can.
models in
Like,
the
more than
hole. I gotta
anything.
see it through. Gotta get your food
Yo,
because these
respect.
babies, they
Like,
be needing
you know
you.
what
The
it is?
city going
We're here
crazy,
every
baby,
Monday.
squeezing out of
Every
vehicles. I'm from a place where them foes and them
Hello,
texts
friend.
blow. Your neck glow. Click, clack, off of your neck slow. Petco, watch where them snakes and them rats go. Life up in the field is not a game, no tech mode. The show is over, now it's on to the next host. Shorties that play the camera, merge it in flex toast. The next go, cold winter, summer's your sweat so. So it's like you're stronger than drugs, it's harder to let go. Live fast.
More Green. I forgot his name already.
We gotta get this money, man.
Yeah, is this guy Chicago? That's what I was wondering. I mean, this thing he is, and he's making this non-drill shit, which is awesome.
We gotta get this money, man.
He's got the Black Rock hat, so I figured he's shy tongue.
Yeah.
MG's from Chicago.
Peace to the money getters. It don't matter if you used to sell CDs and DVDs.
I did.
All my triple beam niggas.
Man, I'm just a fan of Apollo Brown, man. His shit's so dope, man.
Oh, yo, I'll freestyle. I used to freestyle to Apollo Brown beats like for hours, literally. Like,
yeah, man.
Oh man, he just brings out the heart, man.
Yeah, no. I'd like to reach out to him for beats for Babylon War Child because he fits our sound.
Oh man.
Like if we could get a beat from that dude.
We got a Apollo Brown beat. Oh, yo, I promise you, I'll probably drop one of my best verses ever, just naturally.
Yeah, he said Chicago a lot. I wasn't paying enough attention, apparently.
I was just talking.
I was just vibing to that beat because that shit took all the fucking attention away from the lyrics for me.
Yo.
I know for other people like Marak, they just pay attention really hard to the lyrics because they're lyricists.
Me, I'm just like trying to blaze trees, hiding on the balcony because it's getting crazy. Can't smoke inside. Yo, I'm about to go move some shit around, and then we're gonna go fucking camping for like 8-9 days, and then boom, plane out. We'll get a visa. We good. We don't get a visa. I get a pizza. You know, either a visa or a pizza. Whatever happens, doesn't matter. Maybe go to Ibiza. Boom.
Mhm.
Actually, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to Ibiza. I want to go Southeast Asia because it's hotter. Mangoes. You guys got to come out. Mangoes. We're running vlogs all the time. Link you, Marak. I'm gonna be up 6 a.m. like this guy said. Yo, Palm Tree. Maybe Marak will end up being on a bunch of them then because it's gonna be straight.
Oh, there's one more video I wanted to play that was released this week and it's really dope.
Yo, I'm not eating pizza out there, bro. I'm not going to. No way.
All right, this is the ender. This is the actual ender.
Bender.
All right.
Lender. And I'm just talking shit.
Brand new.
What the hell?
Brand new shit.
Mango Puccini.
Yo, the dudes in this video working at the car factory are like, what the fuck is going on? They didn't clear it with it all.
Why are you saying brand new shit?
1968, brand new.
I guess it is.
I just like this video. I think it's so sick. It's like a hip hop video.
What makes you choose this song?
This song's so dope. And the video's sick. They're in a car factory.
Movie sound nice.
Look at these dudes. They're like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, I'm trying to weld here. Yo, that bass line's so fucking sick. Martha Reeves and the Vandalism. Yeah, that card is pretty sick.
Yeah, I swear he did look annoyed. I won't lie.
Yeah, the dude did look mad annoyed. Yeah, that's a sick car. I don't even know what that is. All right. I just wanted to play something dope.
All right.
That wasn't hip hop and also can't be flagged for fucking YouTube because I don't think anyone owns the rights to that.
Yeah, punks. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? What are you guys trying to do? Punk?
Junior T sampled that, you know, the Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Remember that?
How does
song?
no one own that? Why does no one own that?
Well, it's old. It's 1968.
Oh yeah, I forgot the sample rule. Anything before? What's the rule again?
It's like 25 years, but that one specifically, it's like that's not even monetized on YouTube.
That's crazy.
But yeah, this is the what you need. They flipped this totally. Yeah, let's watch the Junior T. I'll keep on prolonging this podcast. I probably shouldn't. All right, last one, and then I'm going.
Well, you can keep running it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And it's
They
a
really
real Wolf
chopped
production too, which is dope.
They really chopped it.
what you really, really want, what you need, what you
want,
what you really, really
Oh,
want.
you remember this?
Yeah, huge. I love this, man.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. This killed it.
I said I jumped in the cipher. 2 MCs on a 25 to lifer. Give you what you want when I'm on, turn the mic up and pass that bottle of rum and Junior light something. And Crook still in the crates, kid. I've been digging in the 12 inches since grade 6. Made this a part of my life when I was 8. When I caught my first tape, grade 8, I got my first fade. And then I started getting faded in grade 5.
Junior T's killing it lately, eh?
Every single day is a
Oh
different
yeah,
amount.
man.
Smash Brothers getting
He's
big,
killing the
digging
game,
them out.
man.
I'm in and
Yo,
out.
he's
Trying to
murdering
get my
it.
juice
And
from
he's a
the
hard
top.
worker,
biggest
man. We talk about this
Featuring
too much.
thousands. With my people in the back and the front, showing what you really, really want. Let's get it. Really, really want what you need,
What you want, what you really, really want. All right, I'm gonna kill that.
Yo, I want to answer this question. So,
I'm digging it.
annual shindig, a Babylon War Child shindig in Thailand.
Yeah, man.
Annually, when is it?
Well, when
Well-
are you gonna be there? When's your first day in Thailand?
Usually, I tell people like after, but because of the show, people are gonna know where I'm at. You know, I still have the paranoid gene.
Oh yeah,
But it's too late. So
all the time, gangsters.
usually I'll tell them when I'm in like Bali, I'll tell them I'm in Thailand. You know, that's how I move. But
Yeah. I didn't know you were wanted in Thailand. That's crazy.
Basically the 11th, 12th, I don't know, somewhere.
Nice.
11th to 12th of August, and then
Amazing.
we're back in October.
All right.
So if you could get out there, bro, get out there. Let's go. And
Yeah,
Syria is a good idea. Yo, it'll be dope to have a thing. Like, yo, let's just go have a party. Let's at least perform once a year until we can't perform anymore. Once a year, let's perform in Thailand as a group. It's gonna be hard to get legit out there, though. We're gonna have to get the funds.
We'll have to kidnap him. It's fine.
No, bring his whole fams out, you know.
I got his legs.
It'll be
You got
easier
his
as long as I
arms.
bring Nate out with them.
KDB.
I'm not kidnapping legit, man. I'm not involved in this.
All three of us together, me, KDB, and you, we could totally do it. I think legit's pretty fucking crazy, but I think all three of us together, mainly KDB and us, just kind of helping on the side.
Oh, Marax B-Day's end of August, bro.
Oh, far out.
Yo, let's
we'll
do
make
it.
a hip hop festival,
And
I
we
like
will we will start organizing it this year. And maybe we'll have a small version of it last minute. Why not?
I'm totally down. Oh, I'll be able to play Tarkov, man. I'm getting the fastest internet possible
course you can
ever
play
out
there.
there.
Peace to the Virgos. And Yo, roll out, serious, and it's my girl's birthday September out there, so we're gonna be out there for her birthday too, which is gonna be cool. And I'm just gonna pretend it's my birthday one of those days. I'm gonna find the spots that give like free trees or something.
Yeah.
And just say it's my birthday.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be my birthday every day. Yo, it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
So
Yo,
yeah,
it's my
Tristan
birthday.
Howell
Right?
didn't show up.
Yo, it's my birthday.
I'll talk to him and hopefully get him on the pod. Oh, Misery he went too nuts. He went wild. I think he like took his computer out. That's pretty hilarious. Are you okay? Did you survive that? Okay, we're all right. We're gonna call it a show. Thurston didn't show up.
No, buddy.
I'm disappointed.
Yo, we're gonna keep going.
It hasn't been that long, but we tend to go too long. So yeah, I'm down with wrapping it, but especially since Thurston didn't show. That's kind of why it seemed longer for us because we had to do a lot more of the talking.
Oh, yo, you know what I would like to do though?
What?
Share something absolutely like still under. Yo, when I share this, you guys are gonna be like, yo, that's a stupid lender. Whoa, that's snaps. Whoa, that's absolutely super lender. Yes, you gotta.
What the fuck are you saying? I don't even know. I'm doing another rip, and I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. All right, bro.
Yo, first of all, you know where I just came from? I just came from the Hoodoos. When the show was hectic last week.
Do you see any dinosaurs?
Yeah, just roaming around.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yo, no.
Like, did you see any dinosaur bones in the ground?
This time we actually didn't, but this time we didn't end up going into the museum. Last time we were there like 2 years ago, so we were in the museum, all that. This time we were just like kind of wandering. We're looking for stuff. We heard a bear, and I filmed a little video. Fun times.
You know what you need to do? You need to bring your whole family on a weird raft trip in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Northwest Territories.
A Bengali family
It's
in
like
the middle
my
of this. It'll be try that with a Bengali family. It's over. Oh my god, what's happening? Where's the water? The water's gonna get a roll. Make sure we get more water. We gotta get more water. Water's gonna get, it's gonna get dark soon. It's gonna get dark soon. Oh my god, it's gonna get dark soon. It's gonna get dark soon. Did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? Yo, that's the culture.
I know this.
I love my parents, man. I'm very lucky.
Actually
man.
perfect
I'm great.
I know
folks.
almost how he sounds,
Great
but
humans.
like a little slower.
Yeah, I get wild. I'm adding a bunch of uncles in one, basically.
Nice.
Yo, check out this project that we're actually working on.
Okay.
For this thing we have called Color the Blockchain. But yo, check it. I'm proud of this one.
All right.
We are embarking on a journey that's groundbreaking and purely to benefit the people. As a social impact enterprise, you should expect nothing less. Through hard work, time, and diligent networking, we have brought together amazing people who are determined to make this a success. The team has done a feasibility study to prove that it's possible, and the Kakuma Studios is desperately needed. We have powerful partnerships with amazing projects and startups that are excited to support us in making a real impact. We have confirmed an ideal building that's available and perfectly located within the camp, ready to be renovated and converted into Kakuma Studios. Now we need the community to rally with us and prove to ourselves that we are different from everyone else. We can make a positive change together. United we stand, divided we fall. It's time we came together and started to realize the true potential of our technology. Help us to start changing lives.
What country is this?
It's Kenya.
Okay.
Kakuma refugee camp.
That guy's kind of murdering it.
Yeah, these guys. See the calm kid beside him? Watch him. He's just calm. Yeah, I love it.
Yo, he's more experienced. He's like
Harnessed.
Yeah, it's controlled and catchy.
I would track with some of these kids, man. That's gonna be a dope thing. It'd be dope if
Really?
we could bring Babylon War Child out there. Yeah, because like we're building the studio, we're bringing them the studio equipment. Us, like me and my girl, with yeah.
That's huge, man. These kids need it for sure.
Yeah. So our thing's called Color the Blockchain. So that's what I'm saying.
I'll
When we're in
donate
Thailand,
a bunch of beats for sure.
that'll be amazing. Yeah. And that's the thing. When I'm in Thailand, like whenever we travel, that's the goal right now. I want to do what I love, and this is part of it. Wherever we go, I know I'm going to find a community that might need a studio built.
Are you coming through Toronto on your way to Thailand or no?
No.
What about on the way back? No.
Well, I'll pause it, but no.
On the way, no.
But I will be there in October. I'm planning to show up in October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When are you
Like end of the
sending shit to them?
Computers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to deliver it ourselves.
You're gonna go to Africa?
We're gonna go meet those organizers and the NGO, and they want us there to. I'm gonna set up the studio stuff for them, create songs with them, like have some like little workshops.
That would be so sick. I want to go to Africa. I've never been to Africa.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it would be dope to have Babylon War Child out there, and whoever can come from us, you know.
I'd be so down.
Yeah, even Marak, you're listening. Whoever can come from the squad, like, is welcome, man. It's just first I want to get it all. I want to make sure we know they're gonna get what they're promised, and boom, you know. And we're there. I already have their computers fundraised. All right, so I already got the computers. Now I just have to get the portable mics.
I'm so fucking down, man. I really I really want to go to Africa. I don't know. I don't think you might even not know this, but like my family's African. We wandered the deserts for 40 years after Moses freed us.
It's true.
But
you are saying some shit though.
Yeah, my family lived in Africa.
Yeah, Marak,
Egypt.
yo, you're coming, bro.
But yeah, I'm so fucking down, man. I would be so into that. And also, I was just thinking, I probably have a lot of like old gear that I would be able to donate.
Donate, yes, because after that
I have a ton of computers here, man. Like a retarded amount of
after that, we're going to Colombia. So
yeah.
There's a community center in Colombia that needs it. That's where we're going next. But first is Kakuma.
I have like 10 crappy computers in my basement. That
really?
Like, yeah, but they're like all in like various parts of disuse and like need some love. But
you could probably like put a new drive in it and shit.
Oh, totally. Like
done.
Definitely. Yeah, like I have a ton of that. Like, and I have a bunch of laptops too that I don't use. I even have a broken microphone from.
But I'm saying all of this helps because it's like there's people that'll refurbish shit. It's like you remember Mega from back in the day?
Yeah, maybe someone can repair this bad boy, the one that was fritzing on me. Remember how I had to buy a new mic? I have this guy.
It's not guaranteed, but someone can.
I feel like it'll work if you know what you're doing for sure. It's a decent mic, whatever.
But it's crazy. We already got the computers for it. So it's just now we get the equipment. No, the equipment's important though. The sound card, all of that. We also want to bring as a surprise.
I have an old M-Box signed by Jizza.
Oh yeah, that's classic though. I'd hold that one.
The Jizza signature is like worn off.
All right, then whatever. But I just think it would be cool. Yeah, whatever you can help with, man. I'm down
because that thing totally works. That's like if you have like a older system, it would work.
Yeah. No, that's the fun, man. And that's the fun shit.
That's
now
dope.
we find some people out in Thailand. Find a community where we can do that naturally. Like these are just I shouldn't even be talking about this, but these are the things in my mind. Like travel to have fun, be a tourist, really enjoy life, and during that moment,
build some hip
communities where
hop
we can-
infrastructure.
Yeah, build Color the Blockchain and build music connections, because that's what I love. Easy.
You need a new mixer. Serious. Man, I'm old school, like I guess like you. And pretty much the mixer. Where is it? Oh, it's up there. This is the mixer I would recommend.
Just because mans are older, you don't think you're gonna drop them. Yeah.
A good old trusty Vestax 05 Pro covered in dust and doesn't work because the power got shot out of it. But if I had a choice, DJ Qbert has a choice. DJ Shortcut has a choice. If any of these DJs have a choice and they don't want some fancy ass bullshit with fucking pads on it where you can fucking trigger some stupid sounds. If you actually want to fucking learn to DJ scratch style, Vestax 05. It doesn't have to be the Pro. The Pro is like fucking extra, but any Vestax 05, 06, 07, that's like the DJ fucking, like that's what you want.
Yeah.
This one, oh, I used to have a price tag on the back that I used to like laugh at because it was like $1,000 or something.
Everywhere I go, I get laughed at. Every time I move, that sun just pops out like out of nowhere, like shh. It's crazy.
But yeah, the Vestax is the bomb, and you can get them cheap. Don't get thrown off by the $1,000 price tag. That's a joke. You can get them used for like a couple $100. And yeah, they do break. That's the only problem.
This, though. Check this. And then there was light.
Or you can get just like a brand new good mixer and like honestly, yeah, I don't know. That's like the official DJ Qbert mixer. That's like the bomb one that everyone wanted in the 90s. Two Tech 12s and a Vestax 05 or 06. That was the goal for every DJ back then. Before Serato and a bunch of them.
Yo, I have some advice I need.
Yeah, what do you need advice about? It's turning into the Stiltz advice show.
If you drop music and you put money behind promo, or you don't put money behind promo, or you make the things people want you to make, or you don't make the things people don't want you to make, and still the same amount of people don't listen and do.
Yeah.
Right? Does one wait to drop music, or do they just drop music constantly until it annoys the shit out of people and it doesn't matter anyways, and it just rains upon their shoulders?
I feel less is more, but making your less really more.
But what if you didn't even hear the less? What if the less dropped and there was?
And that's an interesting thing that I just watched a video on. There's like two corny ass motherfuckers on YouTube in hip hop. Oh, I thought you were reacting to me and be like, yeah, you tell them. But you weren't doing that. You were waving smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two corny motherfuckers.
That's right. Tell them.
One of them is Harry Mack, the freestyle fucking amazing dude. Okay. I cannot get down with that dude's shit at all. You or me could totally do that shit. Like, he just takes words and writes them in his phone and spits generic ass stupid raps that like fit those words in, and he's so cheesy and corny. The other guy is Kyle Beats. I don't know if you ever watched that guy. He's like a producer on YouTube.
Long hair kid?
No, short hair, white guy, and his name's Kyle Beats.
Okay. Reminded me of this guy. Yeah, okay, it's not who.
And he makes hip hop beats, and like he was the same guy that I was talking about a few episodes ago, where he was like had a competition, and then like everyone just mimicked Post Malone. It was like 100 Post Malone copies. Sending their submission, being like, I would kill this beat. That was the title of the video. It was like, people always say they're gonna kill the beat, so I sent it to them.
Yeah.
And they all are like, whack, man. It was so weak. But anyways, he did a little experiment recently on his channel where he was like, we're gonna invent a brand new rapper and we're gonna make him as dope as possible. And like he got like some friend dude who had like a bunch of like, you know, he had a big following and shit. And they made him wear a mask, and like he produced the shit out of like a beat that like all these people would like, you know what I mean? That he gets lots of views on his channel for. But it was like basically an experiment. He was like, we're trying to get 50,000 views on or streams on Spotify and go viral. And so like they film a video for it. It's like a nice video. And it's like fully popular style music, and like the guy kills it. Like he's like a good rapper or whatever, and he does pretty well. And he like posted it like with no followers or anything, and then he like tried to like get it to go viral by like sharing it on all these places and doing all this shit and like getting people to react to it and react videos and stuff. And like the long story short, it failed. Like they didn't get they like hardly got like 100 views and like 5 subscribers. And it totally like didn't work. It was like months, and then they gave up, and they were just like, and then they made the video saying that like, and then so basically they were just like, yeah, like it, and they were like, is it luck? And it's like, it's not really luck, but it's like kind of luck combined with like lots of work and like just keeping on and just going and going and doing it over and over, and still like
it's the game. It's not even just, I feel like it's just a game. It's like, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I was just asking a question, and it was more like I was always like hearing the answer to that, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of know in my brain, like, yo, bun it. Like, I just feel like I'm just gonna right now. I'm at a point where, man, I'm just gonna release shit. I'm just gonna keep releasing shit. I have another one right now ready. Boom.
I feel like people are not gonna see it unless you like. It's gotten to the point on social media now where you literally have to pay if you want to like
and I'm
share
not going
something with people that are like-minded and want to actually see it. Even the people that want to see your shit are not seeing it unless you pay, and it's fucked up.
No, traveling is how it's gonna work. So we travel, and then just release a bunch of shit and keep traveling, make art, release a bunch of shit because it's fun, keep traveling, and every travel experience, boom, yo, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm gonna do what I see with Unknown Misery back end, just release, but we keep traveling. And with Babylon War Child, we have slower releases or whatever, but the more we travel and then we start getting more shows, because once I guarantee, once you go to Thailand or once you go to anywhere in Southeast Asia, back to Malaysia if I'm out there, like go to Kuala Lumpur, fuck it, we're
totally down.
It's gonna work. So that's why I think right now, because if you don't have the funds to really give it a solid push, people forget about you. There's so much happening. Even if you're dope and even if you are being consistent, but if you're consistent, you have to be dropping being consistent means you got to start dropping stuff. If you're not going to drop new albums, you got to start dropping freestyles. You got to start dropping that same song in different ways.
I don't know.
Rap it. You got to keep dropping something all the time.
That I'm not I'm not going to argue that that's like the real, like that's like a lot of people's belief. But then I look at like Pharaoh Monch, like I just said, it's like.
But he's Pharaoh Monch though. Pharaoh Monch already got that name. He already has Pharaoh Monch. He has his following that as soon as it says Pharaoh Monch, we're all gonna like notice it. As soon as someone in our hip hop circle shares it. Totally. It's different. He got his name, and I'm saying for the people that aren't on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying get on that level, and like you don't have to release so much shit.
Exactly. Once you're there. You're there. Once people are paying attention, but other than that, it's like kind of freeing that you get to release stuff. For me, at least, it's like, all right, I'm thinking about it recently. You know what? It doesn't really matter anymore. So I could just release whenever I want.
Well, we're living in the worst climate for making music or selling music ever in the history of mankind. So honestly, like it's awful. And nobody cares. And like you see so much dope shit that has like really small views on YouTube, and then you see like a few things that have like ridiculous amounts.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I love it because that just means instead of overthinking and like pushing something like an insane man, knowing that it's not going to work without a lot of money. It's like as an artist, the artist side of me kind of loves it because that makes me more free to just release shit.
Yeah.
All right, make art, release it. Doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it anymore, unless
it just gets confusing as a listener sometimes when you have so much to pick through. Like sometimes when I'm looking for like, you know, a song by like, I don't know, whoever, it's like if they have too much shit, I'm like overwhelmed, you know what I mean? And I like, I don't know.
But what if it's
tough
an
to
artist you
navigate.
don't know? What if it's an artist that you don't know too much? And I'm just going back and forth on it. What if it's an artist you don't know too much and you're like, yo, you know what? One video of theirs hits you. And now you're like, let me see what they got. And now they got albums.
Tons of shit. Yeah.
I'd
Well,
be
you
so
know
happy.
who's
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
like
happy.
that for me was like June
That's my
Marks.
thing to do to people. You know, but
June Marks was kind of like that for me. It was like I heard a couple of his songs and I was like, yo, that's Twin Perils and shit. It was really dope. I really liked it. And then honestly, once I started going on his YouTube and going down the like crazy pages of like hundreds and hundreds of tracks, it was like, yeah, obviously if you have like 1,000 tracks or whatever, some of them are going to be misses. You know what I mean?
course,
it's not
yeah.
all fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of like gets,
or to the
you
listener.
know,
Yeah.
like that's where you kind of, you know, the more you release, the like, yeah, there's more chance of people like not liking shit because there's more.
But that's the thing though. As an artist, it's like too bad almost, and it's like,
oh shit,
and the things that are, oh good. I'm saying, you know, the things that are misses are actually like not for other people, or maybe not for the artists. You know. Yeah. Reef on the other line. It's getting real. Reef on the line.
Yeah, sorry, he was asking about the podcast.
Oh, if it's on right now?
Yeah, I guess it's not the best way to ask. Yeah. No, I love June Marks' shit, man. I'm yeah, man.
And
I
releasing
totally-
music, yo, June Marks is dope, and releasing music all the time. I think this thing that, to be blatant, I think June Marks is a dope artist. I think blatantly, me as
Yeah.
an artist who thinks releasing a lot of music is good,
Yeah.
is because it's releasing a lot of music not by force, naturally is good.
Yeah.
1 year, if you have 3 releases because it naturally came, do it. You know, if one of them you want to release in a different way, do it. Like, you know, some of my albums, like the last album, I wanted to release differently, so I took my time, you know. But I think one thing you had was his visuals kind of looked the same. And as long as we switch things up slightly, like, yo, my mission right now is I'm dropping for fun. I'm just having fun. I'm having so much fun, yo. Like, I dropped the Unknown Misery album. Then I dropped the King Mizo album this year. Then I dropped an Unknown Misery album, or Archaeologist. Yo, next one I drop is going to be a King Mizo.
You want to see something? Look at this.
Gucci Mane.
15 studio albums, 3 collaborative albums, 10 compilation albums, 1 soundtrack, 8 EPs, 77 mixtapes, and 100 singles.
Yep.
Dude, this guy released like 50 albums in like 1 year type shit. Like
Did a great job.
Yeah, the mixtapes.
Yo, thank you,
This is
Marek.
where he goes nuts. This
Oh,
is where he
funky
goes nuts.
technicians.
Look at this. Okay, this is oversaturation, man.
Oh, we're
These are
definitely
all
making dope
mixtapes.
shit right now.
I think that's
Yeah, he's killing it.
I don't think that he's killing it. I think that's insane. You couldn't even listen to his whole discography if you wanted to. Like, you could spend like literally days, and by the time you finish listening to it, he's released 3 more fucking albums.
I love it. I love to see a body of work if it has meaning. I love to see the artist's journey. If an artist is talking about their life, yo, not to sound conceited, man, but I know my music. If you listen to my music, if I listen to my music, I can hear chronologically everything I'm going through. And in
What's
the
he
future-
rapping about at this point, man? Like, dude, you're
But what was
fucking
he ever-
thousands of tracks into the fucking game. Like, what the hell? What are you gonna talk about at that point? Like
there's always something to rap about, man, and that's what I mean. If you change it up, it's like there's always a different way to say it. I think we're all saying the same thing. That's another thing, the conversation. It's like what to rap about. It's like what are movies about? You know, what are books about? Really, we don't have much variety. We have different ways to display the variety.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's really is. There's like only a few types of songs. Like we've gotten creative here and there, created like weird subgenres, and now they exist. But holy, that's sunlight, man.
Yeah, no, like I'm not making the argument that nobody should rap about anything ever anymore, ever again. But maybe Gucci Man should shouldn't. I think we've got everything we need to know, and he said everything he needs to say at this point.
I agree. I agree with that right
on
now.
earth ever. He said everything ever said before and recorded it. Every
I don't even think
word.
he cares.
You could totally make a crazy voice box.
But this is what I'm
Gucci
saying.
Man.
I don't want to judge, you know. I don't want to judge. No, really though. I don't want to judge what Gucci Man thinks of his own music. I don't know. But I think Gucci Man is an entertainer and he's a product, and not in a bad way, not in a disrespectful way. He's an entertainer. He's created a product that he's selling, and he is trying to make lots of money from it.
He's the supply.
But then there's rappers that are artists. And like that's the difference, you know? It's like an artist can actually make music nonstop. Like it'll happen forever. You know?
Yeah, but also artists have standards.
Yeah.
And like what we were talking about a long time ago with like Prince and his vault, and it's like he didn't really necessarily want that shit out, you know what I mean? He had like a whole vault of shit that he had made that a lot of people were like is really dope, but like maybe he just didn't like it or didn't think it was that dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, it's I feel like less is more, man, totally. And like I feel like if you feel like you have 20 dope traps, make it 10, you know, and just be ruthless with yourself.
That's what I do now. That's what I definitely do now more, but it's still releasing. It's like I don't even look at it that way, man.
And then also if you're not the one engineering it a lot of the time. So like because when I could like, you know, like take a verse if I really liked one verse of a song that we scrapped and put it on another song. Like we did that a lot, you know what I mean? Like
yo, bro, I've taught myself to I don't know, I shouldn't say that, but I've taught myself to mix and master my shit. I mixed and mastered the last 2 King Mizo albums. I've taught myself to like just do these things so I can exactly that. Like, yo, I'm not always trying to make a dope. Like, I don't think everything has to be like so dope. I think it could just be music, bro. I think it could just be art. I think it could just be weird.
I'm actually
have to be.
I have a relationship with White Shadow of Norway, and like I kind of want that guy to come tag I think is his name. And I want him on the fucking I want him on the podcast, man, because White Shadow is a dope DJ and a good producer too. Really sick producer from Norway, or I think he's Norway or White Shadow of Norway. I think I always get it confused. Yeah, they were on Team Deck. Oh, really?
I remember.
Wait, who was? Are you talking about Team Canada? Team Canada are like dope. Yeah, that's a Funky Technicians shirt actually for Team Canada.
Art though, man. The main thing to say was on this segment for me was like art. It's just so hard. It's like art. It's like, yo, man. I know I always bring it back to me when we talk about rapping and art. I can't help it, you know, because that's how the only way I can relate to it. But it's like, honestly, man, I'm gonna make you weird as shit fucking forever. I don't care anymore. It's like, it's just art, you know. I'm tired of everything sounding the same, and it's art, man. And it's like every verse is not gonna be just super banging. It's not gonna be, if you're going to a rap battle, all right, there's a standard for this, you know. But if you're making an album, It's just art. Everything doesn't have to hit in a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can
No,
almost,
totally.
like, but that's just me still. But yeah, and that's where I'm at, man.
Just make your art
Team
count.
Canada.
I feel
Yeah,
like-
make your art count.
Yeah, man.
I
People
meet you
like
in the middle right there, yo.
yeah, man. People like miss too much shit, man. And if you overwhelm them, it's like they'll miss everything and not care.
Yeah, definitely balance. But yo, I'm gonna go do this stuff.
Do we want to watch any more shit or?
I think I'm gonna go, man. I'm gonna go get ready for.
I want to eat.
This is the final night that I'm on the road for months.
All right, we'll end it with a Thurston Howe video. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Even though he was no show, I'm disappointed.
So, at what point did you know at the time that you were becoming an innovator or being innovative during this time?
This is a pretty recent one. Very Ralph. That's the HBO one.
Always into being myself.
I'm capable of anything. Turn your back on me, get clapped and lose your lady. When you see me, it's real. Give me the respect,
Babies visiting adolescent juvenile detention. Respected any town I entered. See 74 floors. Walked in Gucci. Got mail every day. A lot of bitches knew me. My blood's Boricua. My heart's Brownsville. Photo in El Morro. Holding the crown seal. Child walking out. Click on a visit. When to take a shit. Now your cigarettes are missing. I'm the polo model before Tyson backflip. Ghetto glory shorty. This some life and death shit. Brooklyn built her titties shook with milk till my Dre beat spilled. Bitch hate me still from the Apollo to Cosmo. Wagner and Johnson. I'm a project prophet with a mansion apartment. Man of respect.
Andre Nicotina beat.
Daddy be dead, so
yeah.
I'm capable of anything. Turn your back on me, get clapped.
Core Mega used this too.
See me, it's real. Give me the respect. I'm capable of anything. Turn your back on me, get clapped and lose your leg. See me, it's real. Give me the respect.
It is I, the Snow Beach Avenger.
All right, that's a good way to end it. All right, peace until next week. I'm not sure who the guest will be, but maybe it'll be my AI crazy dude, unless we find someone else.
That'd be sick.
Because he's like a real scientist, and it could be actually like kind of like a Rogan style guest. Yeah. Or we'll try to get Thurston on. I don't know. I'll talk to him.
Get both of them on and have them do a rapid fire. Whoever's saying rapid fire before. Dude. Get Ras Fireside chat.
That would be the fucking funniest shit.
I jump in as wet water. Yo. It's gonna be
yeah, let's get that would be hilarious if we get like Princeton University professor and Thurston Howe on at the same time. I'd be down.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come in as a caller. I'm gonna roll through as a caller.
But yeah, the guy that I want to get on, he basically invented this field of AI. He was at Princeton, and he was a professor, and he had kind of invented the field of cognitive science, not artificial intelligence so much, but cognitive science, which is the study of like thinking.
Yeah. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, no, and then
right now.
He ended up going to Southampton. This. Yeah, he went to Southampton University in England to be a professor there. And like he did all these crazy, like he has like serious papers. And he was like one of the first people on the internet or whatever. But he used to like study me as a kid. When I was like a kid, he used to like come over and like fucking run tests and shit on me, but not like just like thought experiments and stuff. And like he'd always be like tempting me with ice cream and shit. You'd always be like,
"Yo, this doesn't sound good at all, man."
No, he's a dope dude.
I'm just joking.
He's the smartest guy I fucking know ever. He's a good friend of my mom or whatever. They grew up together. But yeah, no, he used to like fucking like study like the way that me and Julian used to think and like want to do things or whatever, you know what I mean? And like he'd always be really interested in like how like we used to think and perceive things or whatever, which was really interesting. So I kind of like want to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And also, it's just really interesting because like AI is getting so famous now, and he's been on this shit from time since I was like, he wrote a screenplay about it and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting guy and friend of my mom's.
Yeah, no, it'll be dope. We'll build with him. But yo, let's get out of here, man. I got to
Yeah, I'm down. All right.
right.
Until next week. Peace.